And then welcome to Offensive. We're not doing 30 for 30, but we got Quattro for Quattro, okay? Look, we've got Neckbeard, we've got Chief down there, we got Eddie from Beers and Balls up in your face show. But before we get to all the things with the Packers and the Bears, we got to give a shout out to the one and only Grandmaster of the NFL, Tom Grossi, who came to Denver. Yeah, we have to like pray to the Grossis, you know, he's like the leader of the NFL universe, right? He raised over $1 million last year for St. Jude's, and he was just here in Denver. We had good times, and guess what? Perna was with him too. Look at Perna flexing in the fur.
Look at that fur coat Perna's wearing. What is that? Who wears?
Dude, I know.
Like
Perna's looking good. He's got the stash.
Yeah, the stash looks good on that dude. He can definitely pull it off. Yeah,
I mean, it was really good times. I mean,
this was the recent, right? This was 30 for 30 that Grossi's doing.
Yeah, this was when he was just in Denver, right?
Yeah, and there's even this one too. I mean, they Perna started running around going crazy. Apparently him and Grossi got married together wearing my fur coat. So
nice.
There's a whole thing. But they're really fun guys, really cool guys. Like 500 plus people showed up. It was like 7.5 hours of them doing the meet and greets and doing all the fun stuff. And like, it's amazing seeing those guys after like 7.5 hours. Grossi's been traveling for a week straight with zero sleep. He goes to the hotel and sleeps for like an hour, gets up, goes to the airport, flies to the next city, does another 8-hour meetup thing, goes to the stadium and meets with the St. Jude's people, goes on TV, he does like news things everywhere. But he usually raises like over $1 million for St. Jude. I think they're at like 300,000 now, close to it. Yeah. And it's like pretty amazing, like, and how nice they are. Even the last person 530 or whatever, they're like, thanks so much for showing up. Thanks for waiting. And they give time to everybody to hang out, connect, talk sports, talk about whatever they want to talk about. And I was interviewing people in line, talking to them, and people literally were telling me they don't even care about football. They just love Grossi and Perna so much because they're such good people. They make it fun. They will watch football with them, but they're just like so into it. And it's like a big part of these people's lives. It's like really cool. And so many of these people, I found out from talking to them, is that a lot of them were kids that had to go to St. Jude's or these hospitals and stuff, you know, and they're there and everything. So
what was the best time about that though? Just for like the average fan, because Grossi's going to be going to many more cities. For you being there, what was kind of the best thing that happens when Grossi comes to town?
Dude, it's because like the people are just so into it. Dude, imagine like 500 people being there and just they're sitting there for 4 or 5 hours. We're just chilling. Everyone's just chatting, talking sports. I went around and made like friends with like 45 different people, and everyone's just chilling, having a great time for like the half of the day. And it's just like cool. And a lot of these people, this is all they got in their life, like for entertainment. They are like at school or doing whatever. They're away from their family, and like this is a huge part of their lives. So like, you know, it's kind of like a really touching thing. And then, you know, all the people that are like combating each other for like donating the most money between the teams and stuff. And, you know, Grossi is like the guy that the NFL trusts. Like they let him, the first person to stream a game live. He does all kinds of stuff for the Packers, the NFL. They just call him up whenever they need an ambassador for whatever. Because he's such a wholesome, you know, person and always doing cool stuff. So it goes to show being wholesome and really caring, like, can get you far in life. And I think that is like a really cool thing. So
be a good person and donate to St. Jude's if you guys get the chance. Never.
I'll add the link down below or something like that.
Yeah, let's add the St. Jude's link. All right. So Schroeder already jumped in and he's like, why are we discussing this? Because it's fun, dude. That's why, you know, and we got to see
Soder. I mean, it's
so we got to see if Dave's crazy or not. Like that's half of the fun, right? So, but before we get into that, guys, before we get into the tier list and all this other stuff, we are going to jump into the Packers schedule and we're going to pick all of these games. Now they're up for discussion. You know, we might not agree on some, so I kind of want to see where everybody stands. So we got Kyler Murray's first game against his former defensive coordinator. I mean, I feel like it's a W. Do any of you guys disagree? Do you think we lose at Minnesota because it's at Minnesota?
I disagree. The Packers do not play well in Minnesota week one. We go back to the most recent one, which was 2021. And Christian Watson's first year, everybody knows his drop. They do not play well early there as of like recently. Like it's a tough place to play. They always seem to split. I don't like it without having any tape on Kyler Murray. You don't know what the next evolution of Kevin O'Connell's offense is. And even last year, when they had nothing to play for, that crowd was still out of this world.
Oh, yeah.
So it just makes it so tough. As being conservative, I would say they probably don't win that game.
I have zero trust in Kyler Murray. I don't trust him. The guy has terrible mechanics.
That's what I'm saying.
He's short. He lost his starting position in Arizona. Like, he's going to make mistakes in the game. He's going to cost them the game at a terrible position. It's going to be like third quarter, and maybe it'll be close because they have the great defense and everything. And Kyler Murray's going to throw 2 picks in this game.
But
Like,
Jordan
he's just
plays
not
well
ready
in
for
How
it.
can you say you have a great defense when you don't know what your defense is? This
Yeah.
is
No,
going
I'm
to be the first
saying the
time a lot of your
Vikings have
guys
a
up
great
front are going to
defense.
learn their positions.
Yeah, I agree with Dave. I don't know if I trust our defense, but I do trust that his former coach knows how to make him play poorly, right? I do trust that he'll have a good game plan. And I do think it'll be a close game, and I don't think we'll play well because I agree with you, Eddie. I don't think we'll play well, but I don't think Minnesota's got a lot to offer. Their offensive line's decent. They actually have good weapons, but name me a wide receiver that had a great year with Kyler Murray because it hasn't happened.
And they
Right?
do
I mean,
they
it
really have a
hasn't been
running
since the
attack?
2020 season. Like DeAndre Hopkins had a decent season.
Yeah, he had a
was hurt
decent
most
year.
that
Hopkins had a great season.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay, so that was
Well,
5
here's my big question of this game is, if they lose, but that gets you closer away from Keyshawn Nixon and Carrington Valentine being the starting corners, is that worth a loss? Because that's what this would expose.
I think that's going to happen
immediately.
anyways.
All right. Well, we better vote on it. Maybe Dave will have to decide. So, Doug, you're going W. I'm going W. Dave, what do you think? Win or loss for the Packers?
You're going to lose ugly.
Okay. And
Not
you
a
say
blowout,
lose?
but you're going to lose
Ugly.
and you're going to be pissed. 'Cause
Okay.
You had the chance.
I'm gonna
No-
be pissed, but it's going. I think it's a loss. I don't.
All right. Since it's week 1 and we're split, we'll say loss.
We'll let Eddie's the
Okay.
guest. We let him be the tiebreaker.
Yeah. We'll say split. We'll say loss. Okay.
I don't
At
like
New
it.
York Jets, I feel like we're going to win this one.
Soder
But-
says the defense doesn't even have to show up. We're just going to
until week 5. Well, I mean, I don't know about that. But I think our offense is going to be cooking. Minnesota just lost their best pass rusher. They're relying on rookies on the D line.
Think about this. The
Brian
Packers
Flores.
never had all their offensive players on the field at the same time last year. Watson, Reed, and Kraft did not play together.
You didn't even bring up Golden. I love it.
Yeah.
But they're all going to be there for this game. They might throw for 600 yards.
I mean, we didn't have him either, Dave, if you think about it, because he was
Yeah, but
basically
we've
down on the
seen
field,
we've
so,
seen
yeah.
Watson, Reed, and Tucker Kraft all play together at the
Yes.
same time before. It was just without Parsons. Is that
This
needle
is true.
mover?
Yeah, but Watson in this past season when he came back was a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? And
no
Tucker
disagreement
Kraft
there,
last
yeah.
season was a whole nother level. So
And
like all the
even-
previous seasons don't count.
But
What counts is that.
were they overlapping
I
when
like
they
it.
were each being amazing, Doug?
All 3 of those guys didn't play at the same time ever.
But
Right.
but that's
Last
just
year.
it. So they're not, you might not have each one of them dominating. They might take turns dominating from game
Right.
to game. But there's
I
no
mean,
guarantee that,
We'll
Kraft
see.
and
That's why
Watson
we're
are both gonna
dangerous,
go
Dave.
far.
That's why
Minnesota
we're
has a
dangerous.
really, in my estimation, very poor secondary and not a great pass rush right now. So we could cook.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
So
Who's
do
gonna-
we.
Where's their pass rush?
So do
they
we.
They got rid of
That's
their
the problem.
pass rushers are gone.
I don't know. I don't know if our pass rush is as bad as you guys think without
Well,
Mike.
Van Ginkel's is better than what we have.
That's
Like
fair.
statistically,
That's fair.
Van Ginkel is better than what
Alright.
we have.
We're moving on from
If
the
that's all they
Vikings.
got.
We're gonna
They got
say
no other pass rushers.
as a combined brain, we say L, and that's fine. All right, the
Yes.
Jets. We all know we're gonna win that game, right?
Yep.
Okay. So we're 1-1 now. Then we have Atlanta, our first home game of the season. I think we take out Atlanta and Tua. Tua doesn't like playing against us. That's pretty obvious. Okay, at Tampa Bay, I think we're 2-1. We go to Tampa Bay. I think this could be a difficult game. Tampa Bay's defense is awesome, but Baker loves zone defense, and he has torched us before. And I think this is going to be like a 34-31 kind of game, and he's just going to love playing against our defense. Micah's not going to be back yet. It's in Tampa. I feel like it comes down to a Trace Mack field goal, and he misses it, and we all freak out. 'cause that's what we do.
Don't
You know what
let
I'm saying?
Soder don't let Soder hear that. No.
Trace Mack's going to be fine, but he's going to piss you off at some point this
Oh
year.
no, he's
Just
waiting for
remember,
that.
McManus was the worst kicker in the NFL last year. We
Don't
just didn't
give
realize
Soder
it.
an out. Don't you give Soder an out.
Sorry,
But I
Soder-
agree with you. The
McManus
Packers stink in the state of Florida. It don't
They
matter
do.
who they
Yep,
play.
we're not going
They
to win this
stink
game.
in the state of
Yeah.
Florida.
Okay,
And-
so us three agree. Sorry, Doug, your opinion doesn't matter. We're going to lose that game. So. All right, we're 2-2.
I think
and
Baker's on the way
Chicago. We bring Chicago up to Green Bay. We're gonna fucking destroy you guys. I'm sorry. Like, if we're not
Adding
mad
curse.
about how we lost both of those games last year, and we don't actually try to like run you over in the parking lot in this game, then Matt LaFleur should be immediately fired. Like, we should win by 28. Like, we were up by 28 basically in the playoff game. So I think we win. Obviously not by that much, but I think we win this game.
And we don't know if Mike is back by this game or not. He could be.
I doubt
He
it.
might
Even
not.
then, he'd be on a pitch count, but I still think we're going to win and we're going to cook them. So, Doug, do you think we're going to win this game?
Yeah, I do. I think we're going to win the game. I think the beginning of the season is when we're going to play our best football because we're going to be like optimistic.
Fair. Okay. We did start pretty good last year. Let's be honest.
That's what I'm saying. Last year, because of Micah, we were all pumped up and optimistic, and we played a lot better.
Yeah. All right, Dave, what do you think? Do you think you come in and take the W, or do you guys lose this game?
We lose a close one.
Okay, fair. And then Eddie, you think we're going to beat the Bears? You think we got
We're
this
beating
game
the
in
shit
hand?
out of them because we're going to start beating them in lot 1. We're going to start beating their ass in lot 1.
When they get off
And
the
before
bus.
before the game
they even
starts,
get in the
we're
stadium,
beating their ass in lot 1.
All right. We are 3-2 at this point. Dallas comes in with another quarterback that loves our zone defense, that's going to put up points. But if we do anything well, it's beat the Cowboys. I do think we end up winning this game,
Or
but it's
kiss 'em.
another shootout or tie. We don't lose to the Cowboys, Dave. I should say that. So I think we win this game. I think it is another shootout. But I think Micah's back, and I think Micah makes a play just like he did last year in Dallas that seals the game. He makes a big play, sticks it to the Cowboys. So I say W in this. Hype, what do you think? Do we beat the Cowboys?
Yeah, I think the Cowboys. Mike is probably likely going to be back for this game, and I think it's going to be circled on the schedule also because of what happened last year. And I think it's one of those games where like the Packers play well against the Cowboys for whatever reason. We just tear up their defense. This is going to be Jordan Love's like statement game right here.
Okay, I like it.
Just run it Rashawn Gary all day.
Yeah, honestly, yes, please. Like, dude, run at Rashawn Gary all day.
We are very familiar with how to play against Rashawn Gary.
Everyone in the NFL knows how to play against Rashawn Gary. It's like, yeah, just go right at him. He ain't worth anything. Dave, what do you think? Do you think the Packers beat the Cowboys in this game, or do you think it's another draw or potentially a Cowboys?
Oh no,
win?
Sunday night at home, the fans are going to go nuts. It's going to be absolutely electric. They're going to
especially with
be
Micah back. I feel like,
Yep.
yeah. We'll have the juice then. Okay, Eddie, same thing. You think we're going to beat?
Yeah,
Dallas?
we're going to win because Cisse and Brandon St. Juste are going to be starting on the boundary corners by this point because Carrington Valentine and Keyshawn Nixon stink. So they're going to be starting there to have some actual competition and competitors at that edge part. I still don't think Micah Parsons plays this game. I think maybe a snap count. I think it's really, if I take his word for grace, it is he's really going to play for the long game and not hurry himself in as much as he wants to be there. He's still probably not going to play this
his
one.
actual words were like, I'm not going to step on the field until 9 months, and 9 months is right before the Bears game, right? That's the field. He could still be practicing and doing all this stuff off the field, you know what I mean, leading up to that. But like the rule is, I'm not going into the game and playing football until 9 months. So
it's the same thing as last year. It's the same thing as last year, where it's a ramp up period where he is on third down.
I do think he's on a pitch count in this Dallas game. I think he's on a pitch count probably until maybe the New England game, if I'm being honest.
I was thinking Panthers. I was thinking Panthers is the time where he goes full
Carolina. But you know what? If we only have Micah in on 3rd and long, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Yeah, but that's just the way it rolls. Because these guys gotta step up. If they can't step up by week, I guess now 6, we got more problems than a Micah not playing problem.
I agree 100%.
To take over that fact. But I still think they win. Yeah, I think they win pretty handedly in this one because we know what the defense has over there. They got a bunch of names on paper, but they really don't have anything.
Dallas
they have a bunch of our
dome team. They're probably not going to play as well on offense on grass.
True. Well, either way, we beat the Cowboys at home. Okay, so we're 4-2. We roll into Detroit. I don't think this goes well. I think Detroit wants payback for what we did to them last year, and I think Detroit's going to be rolling at this point. Again, I'm on the fence of picking Detroit to win the division. I haven't decided yet, but I do think that they beat us at home in this game. I do think we lose this game and go to 4-3. Hype, what do you think?
Yeah, I think we're gonna probably split it with the Lions.
Yeah.
Something along those lines. The Lions will definitely circle us on the calendar and be a revenge game. You know how much they hate the Packers. This is like the Super Bowl for them. They get off the bus with T-shirts that say Green Bay sucks and all this stuff. You know, I'm Ron St. Brown.
You got to understand the Vikings, Bears, and Lions live to hate us because the Packers have been good for basically 35 years. And you know what? I'll take it all. I'll eat it all. Bring the hate. But you know what? The Lions are a good team, man. And I think they're a really good team. And I think last year was a bit of a blip. They lost both coordinators. We talked about this before. Every team that does that has a bit of a problem. But I think we lose this game. Dave, what do you think?
Yeah, you guys are going to lose. And I think it might be walking away at the end a little bit. So I'll say like more than one possession.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I don't know about that. But Eddie, what do you think?
No, because Jordan Love doesn't play bad in Detroit. He had one bad game in Detroit that they should have won, but they got blitzed the shit out of. He does not play bad in Detroit.
No, he plays really well.
He plays really well, if not his best football in Detroit. We look at all the games he's had, and this Detroit team is not your grandmother's Detroit team of the last 3 years. It is.
Oh yeah, it's not the same old line that it was.
It's not, and it's just that's where they made their bread and butter is literally suffocating teams, and they cannot do that anymore, especially with all the losses they have on defense. They're coming back with 2 safeties coming off of pretty decently bad injuries.
True.
That is what Jordan Love survives in. They're going to sweep to Detroit. Detroit's going back to the misery that they've been living in the last 45 years. Go back to misery. Nobody cares about you. Green Bay
I don't know about
winning.
that, but okay, Doug, do you say win or loss in this game? What do you think?
I mean, I think that if they're at full steam and Micah Parsons at full steam, that they win the game. But I feel like that this is the game that, you know, in theory they would win the game. But I just think it's going to be like a roller coaster. They won a bunch of games and they're going to lose this one, even though they should have won it. You know, it'll be very close at the end. And then, you know, we'll split the series with them.
Can I change your mind? Can I change your guys' mind for a second?
All right, let's hear it out, Eddie.
The Lions are going to have an easy-ass schedule, so they're going to be walking in with no adversity. They're going to be walking in a bunch of easy opponents going into this game. This is going to be their first tough game of the year. They're not going to be ready, just as Soder so elegantly said, is going to be exposed because they're getting
2 weeks before, though, they go to Carolina, so that could be a tough physical game.
Yeah,
then they get a breather against Arizona, so I think they get a tough physical game. Then they get Arizona so they can adjust and recalibrate before they meet Green Bay. I think Carolina is going to be the key for them being able to hit Green Bay.
That's fair. I don't. Right. I can't say that Carolina's a tough team yet.
Oh no, right, but I think they're going to be a physical team though.
Yeah,
I agree.
Well, sorry, Eddie, you got outvoted even by Packer fans, but we are now 4-3, guys. Carolina comes to us, who we do think is good, and I do think this will be a tough game. I almost want to pick Carolina, but I think after last year, what happened, I think we're going to have a bit of a chip on our shoulder, how we lost that game. And we're not going to freaking pack it in the third quarter like we did against them. And obviously they don't have downs anymore. So their running game's not going to be as electric as it was against us. So I feel like we pull out a narrow victory against Carolina. So I'll go back to you, Eddie, since you're in the Carolinas. Do you think we smoke them? Do you think it's a close game? What are you thinking?
Yeah, you know, I just got done talking to my buddy, my resident Panthers fan here. And I told him we're going to beat the shit out of them just to start with. I mean, because last year they called us on daylight savings time, so nobody's losing sleep. Matt LaFleur's not losing any sleep this time.
Daylight savings time.
And it was, if you look at that game, you look at the Bear against the Browns. Those were the 2 worst offensive metric games possible last year.
Yeah,
there's zero chance because Jordan Love, he has haters on his list that he never plays bad against a team twice. And this is one of those that he's like, I played bad against this team. Matt LaFleur played bad against this team. We're going to make a statement right before everybody goes to sleep and loses an hour of sleep. And that is what the Green Bay Packers are going to do. It's going to be a pretty easy victory for me. Thursday night, easy dub, easy win for us.
Fair enough. Doug moved himself down to be blocked by Soder, so thanks, Doug, for that. So, because since Eddie's
I just want to give Soder. Yeah, I love how people are so optimistic.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, dude, he thinks we're going 16-1 potentially.
You can't go 17-0 until you lose a game. So
that's true. So, all right, we're now based on our group think, right? Our group think, which I hate, but we're now 5-3, and we're going to New England. Now, this is an interesting game, but as I've said before, New England's got way too much going on this year. They were riding a high last year. There's a lot of distraction. There's a lot of issues. New England's going to have a downer. We're going to go in New England, and we're going to smoke them. I think we're going to beat New England by potentially 2 scores, if not more. I think we're going to beat the crap out of this team. I just have a feeling about it. But Dave, give me your thoughts as a Bear fan. Do you think New England is being underestimated even because a lot of people think they're having a down year? Or do you think they are in the actual reality of having a tough season?
I think that they did get the upgrade at wide receiver. You know,
AJ Brown helps.
Yeah, I think it's going to help. I don't think he's going to be as explosive. His metrics, he's old, he's physical, and he has knees. Yeah. So he's not going to be what he was 2 years ago. Wide receivers who are 28 who go into a new scheme, they generally aren't the same guy that they were 2 years before. He's still going to be good. I like what they got from Green Bay. But yeah, I don't think they're going to be like 13-4. I think they're, winning record, but not a commanding team. So I think Green Bay has a shot here. So let's look at the schedule. So 2 weeks before they lose they'll get kicked at Chicago. Then they play at the Dolphins. So that'll be a nice breather before they play Green Bay. And I think they might be looking ahead to the Lions game because you can overlook Green Bay if you have the Lions coming up easily.
Oh, shut up. But we're actually coming off a Thursday game too. So we're going to have a little bit more rest, right? And again, I think I really like Drake May.
Yeah, you get the mini bye. It'll be an exciting game. I think it'll be like a 28-31 game. I like Green Bay in this one.
Yeah. I definitely think Green Bay's winning. Hype, what do you think? We'll go to Eddie last. Hype, what do you think? Green Bay
I think New England is going to be better than we think this year, and I think we'll beat them barely. But I just don't think AJ Brown and Dobbs are going to be that big of an upgrade. But I think New England is still going to be pretty good. The problem is their defense and that cornerback they have, a Gonzalez or something, is pretty good.
He's fantastic.
He can take out somebody. He might just smother Christian Watson in this game.
It's possible, but the good thing about our offense is like we don't have that alpha receiver.
Just go to other people.
Having a great cornerback shut down our best wide receiver doesn't really do anything to us. That is
a little bit. Benefit. It just will eliminate a lot of those deep shots and stuff.
Fair.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think we're going to be humming. I think we'll barely win this game.
Okay, Eddie, your thoughts?
It's a loss. You're coming off of emotional games. You're the Bears, the Cowboys, the Lions.
Game.
But then it's a quick turnaround. Matt LaFleur does not coach well, coming off a turnaround on a longer week. Last time we played New England, Bailey Zappi wore us out, and Drake May's a lot better than Bailey Zappi. It's a weird.
We also had Joe Barry though. I'm not saying Jonathan Gannon's the second coming of anyone, but Joe Barry's the second coming of the shit I took. It's one of those
AFC games that you just don't care about, where it's like you just showing up to play through the week. It's not.
I don't think so. These guys were in the Super Bowl. I think we take this very seriously.
But everybody knows the Patriots and where they're at.
I think
the Super Bowl hangover, Derek.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It could be that too, but this just feels like one of those games where everybody is sleepwalking through it. It's one of those sleepwalk games where it's like, what the hell is going on? Because you're coming off a big time Thursday night game because you play every day of the week. Apparently, for the Green Bay Packers, you can play every day, and now you're playing this game afterwards after your mini bye before your bye against a good team, and you're just not bringing it. It's just not there. The energy, everything's just not there.
Yeah, no, I think Dobbs is going to be dialed against us. I think he's going to have a good game. But sorry, Eddie, you got outvoted 3-1.
That's fine.
Just you got outvoted in Detroit, but it works out. Lost win, right?
Yeah.
So we're now 6-3. With Minnesota coming to Green Bay. We already gave ourselves the L at Minnesota. We're going to split. So we're going to go to 7-3 here before the bye week. I think we all agree, right?
Yeah, JJ McCarthy is going to be the quarterback in that game. And we're going to bury his ass.
I hope so.
We're going to bury his ass again that game.
Yeah, no, I hope he's the quarterback in that game. That would be great. Okay, so we go to the bye week at 7-3, very similar to where we were. I think last year, actually, I think we were 7-3 as well.
Yeah,
but then we got the first Wednesday game ever, which I absolutely hate, against the Rams. The Rams are the Super Bowl favorites. They're the best team in the NFL. Everybody knows it. But for some reason, we always beat McVay. I don't know what it is. I think we win this game. I think we sneaky win this game. I actually do. And I'm going to preface that before everybody says this, that I'm picking us to lose at New Orleans the week after because of like the mental,
Yes.
like the gymnastics of it. Do you know what
Yes.
I'm saying? Like we're going
Yes.
to go beat the Super Bowl, like the Super Bowl God team and be like, we're so good. And then we're going to fucking lose to New Orleans. I just know that's what we're going to do. I just know that's what we're going to do because we just like LaFleur just does not mentally prepare this team after big wins. So I'm picking win against the Rams. Does anybody else agree with me?
Who beat you when you played the Browns last year?
Miles
Joe
Garrett.
Flacco?
Miles
Joe
Garrett.
Flacco.
No, Joe
The
Flacco.
offensive
Dude.
line. The offensive line
Flacco.
beat us.
No, Joe Flacco. And Miles Garrett,
special
believe it or not,
teams.
did not have the biggest impact in that game. Like
He
there was
did
a
a
lot
little
of
bit.
bonehead plays.
He did a
was
little
good.
bit.
He was good.
No,
but, like,
it was the offensive line and special teams lost
like
us that
the
game.
rest of the defensive line, Dave, had like historically good like numbers against our offensive line. Everybody on that defensive line had
I'll
the
bail
game
you
of
out,
their
Sue-
life. It
Soder.
wasn't just Miles Garrett, right? So that being said, if their whole Rams defensive line has a game, yes, we can lose. But I feel like we sneaky pull this one out, man. I don't know. I just have a feeling we win this game. It's on a weird day. Like it's in the Rams stadium, which we play very well in. And dude, LaFleur can't beat Shanahan, but he consistently beats McVay. I don't get it. It's like,
Well, they're
part of
two
their-
different styles. Well, they're two different styles. Like their play styles are two completely different, and this benefits them getting Miles Garrett. Weirdly benefits Matt LaFleur's offense with going into this year because I know it's gonna sound crazy. It's gonna sound crazy. It benefits because he has to be more aggressive towards it. Like Miles Garrett is going to play the run just
Right.
fine. It's different. Like when you play Micah Parsons, you can run at him, all this XYZ, but Miles Garrett can do everything. So you throw at him. It's going to be a Packers heavy crowd. The Packers fans are going to be going crazy there. The last few times we played there in Los Angeles against the Rams, against McVay, we've done very well.
Yeah,
This
but
is
they have good corners now.
It doesn't matter. Jordan Love
They
doesn't
do.
give a shit. He don't
Yeah.
care.
I
He don't
kind of
care.
agree. I don't
Matt
think the
LaFleur don't
corners
care.
have as much of an impact.
But
either.
this is one of those games where Matt LaFleur's the reason why you give him his extension. You give him his extension for this game. And he's going to show this game comparatively to when he played against the Patriots 2 weeks before where it looks
Uh-oh.
like shit.
Bungie's in the chat.
You can't just run it, Micah. Fair.
Oh,
Micah's
yeah.
actually
I mean,
better
you
against the
can.
run than people think.
He showed this year you can,
Yeah.
but like you can't just run at Miles Garrett. I mean, those are two different athletes.
Yeah.
I mean, they're two different dudes. But I think it works in a benefit because you can slide there because there's no other option on the other side for that Rams defensive line. It is just Miles Garrett.
You don't like Byron Young?
He's okay. I think he's okay.
No, Byron Young's pretty
I
good.
think he's fine.
And
But,
honestly,
I'm-
this is a game where we attack their linebackers.
Yep.
I feel like because we need to pass it short, and because
Jaden
their
Reed has a
linebackers
hell of a game.
can't cover Kraft.
Jaden Reed and Tucker Kraft.
Yeah, I mean,
Is what
either
you're
way,
hoping
guys.
for.
All I'm saying is we beat the Rams and lose to the Saints, or we lose to the Rams and beat the Saints. So we're going to split the next two games.
Well,
Is all-
Yeah, I like
we
that
all
fun.
agree with
Yeah,
that?
say that you beat the Rams and lose to the Saints.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, but Doug said that they got corners. Well, they got the same corner from the Chiefs, the same corners that Jordan Love had no problem dialing up
yeah,
just the year before against those Chiefs on Monday night. Like that's the thing about Jordan Love. He doesn't give a
Jordan Love's
damn.
play style isn't really affected by man coverage
Nope.
as much as other quarterbacks because of the way he throws the ball, like the decision making he makes when he throws one-on-one. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the way he reads the field. Yeah, I don't think like supernatural corners really affect him as much as maybe some other quarterbacks, but that's just my personal preference.
I
So,
agree.
all right, let's just say we go 1-1 against the Rams in New Orleans, and
Yep.
you pick your poison
Fair.
of which one they lose, right? So
Fair,
we go
sure.
1-1. So we're now 8-4. So we're rolling at 8-4. Now Josh Allen comes into town, and oh boy, that is going to be a hell of a game. It's Sunday Night Football. It's in Green Bay. You've got Bills fans and Packers fans. By the way, anybody, I've said this before, if you could pick game tickets, buy those tickets right now and go tailgate for 8 hours and try not to pass out, but you're going to have a really good time if you hang out with Packers and Bills fans before this game. It is going to be cold. Obviously, it's the middle of December, but trust me, no one's going to care. So, yeah, go to that game if you can. I don't know what to do in this one because the Bills are good, but, they're not infallible. Their defense has some issues. I mean, no one can stop Josh Allen, so that's not even a question.
The question is, can we stop their outside zone run game? I don't know if we can.
Yeah, their run game is the determining factor if we can beat them or not. Can we stop it in our soft cover shell
It's
defense?
like a flip a coin whether their Bills run game's dominant or not good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like which one shows
So Bobby
up.
Badgett knows Josh Allen fair, but dude, everybody knows what to do against Josh Allen, and he still does what he wants.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest, it's Josh Allen. He's the best quarterback in the NFL right now. A bad game for Josh Allen is 1 passing touchdown and 2 rushing touchdowns because that's just how he rolls.
Now, we could
what I
make them
mean?
have a bad game and they could still beat us because we do have a lot of fast
100%.
linebackers.
Yeah, and again,
we have
the Bills aren't
guys that can be in
infallible.
space and like even the rookies, DDS, like athletic freaks in space, right? But that doesn't mean we're going to beat them. It just means
Right.
slow them down.
Yeah, no, I think this is going to just be a really fun game. Like, I think it's going to be a really fun game. I just don't know who to pick in it, though. I feel like it's at home. We might have an advantage because it's Sunday Night Football. And again, as good as Josh Allen is, the Bills didn't win their own division last year. They still got holes on their team. They're not perfect, but they are a very good football team. I mean, this could be a Ravens situation where they just run us over like the Ravens did last year, right? Or it could be a game that we actually show up and stop the run because we did do that on occasion last year. So it's really hard to know which Packers defense is going to show up. But if I had to lean a certain way just because it's Sunday Night Football in Green Bay, I would just lean toward
the Packers. Their one thing that they love is Sunday Night Football. When
they really do. Yeah, we're really good on Sunday Night Football. I just don't
and the
know
thing
why.
is that like is what Buffalo team shows up because you watch Buffalo and like in the first half and they'll be like terrible. In the second half they'll be like all world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the Packers do that a little bit too, where it's like it depends what. There were some games last year the Buffalo looked terrible the whole game. So
right.
And then
there's
some games
games
were like Josh Allen's just unstoppable.
They were up 35-2-3. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, the Bills are frustrating. I can imagine Bills fans being frustrated, but I'm leaning win. Dave, how do you feel about it?
Cold weather, the Buffalo run offense is a little too scary for me.
Fair enough. Okay, L for Dave. Eddie, what do you think?
Depends on the health. Is McClellan fully involved in the run defense? Is Wyatt playing as high as Hargraves? Is the run defense defined at this point? Because if it is, we're going to blow them out of the doors because I think our pass defense is going to be good enough to contain. I mean, who the hell did it have?
DJ Moore and Khalil Shakir.
Hey,
exactly.
Right.
DJ's good, but he's
all right.
But he's not.
He ain't a number one.
No.
Like
Exactly. So it's like you're going.
Yeah.
This is going to be a big base defensive game, and it's if everything, if the health is there, if the scheme is there, they should not have a problem with it. To where this could be a blow the doors off of this team kind of game because you're coming off a loss.
Do you remember what Buffalo did against the Patriots a couple of years? Well, it was like 5 years ago now. In a cold weather game where all they did is they just went jumbo formation the entire game.
Yep.
Yeah,
and that's tough to defend.
That was
they
hilarious.
can easily do that, and that's where you can do a play action. For
God damn it,
a
I
leaking
wish I
tight
didn't
end.
know that. No,
I
think that was a
really
Bills
did, though.
Patriots game where it was like 5 degrees outside.
But Dave, we did
like
the
a Monday
Packers
night
did
game.
do one thing this offseason, which is get a lot more beefy up front. Like if we are going to switch to this 3-4 and they're going to run like a double tight end formation, like that doesn't F us as much as it would in the past because we can run 3D tackles out there and have Van Ness as an edge, who's a 280-pound guy.
Also, we have at least one cornerback that can kind of tackle now, which is crazy.
Yeah, and then Mike on one side, plus we've got
if
Bullard
CC's out there, maybe we can stop the run a little bit.
Yeah,
or they can even run the 3-3-5 with Edge Cooper on the outside.
Yeah,
Still cause some havoc over there.
I generally think that Packers, and again, we'll talk about this a different time, but we're switching to this 3-4 hybrid because of all these jumbo packages that teams are switching to because everyone's running nickel packages, right? Mm-hmm. And so I just feel like the outside run isn't as terrifying to me, and so that's why DDS is 270. So yeah, he's a big kid, dude, for a linebacker. He's a big kid, right?
A
The
two-score win
dentist.
wouldn't surprise me. A
Yeah,
two-score
so-
win in this one wouldn't surprise me.
All right. So Eddie, are you leaning win then?
Oh,
Are you leaning
absolutely.
win? Hype, what about
Well,
you?
Jordan Love doesn't play bad in Sunday Night Football. Like, he does not
Yeah.
play bad in prime time.
I mean, he never really plays bad. Let's be
The
honest.
thing is
I'm
that
super
the
biased.
obvious answer for me is that the Buffalo comes in and wins because we can't stop the running game. But because it's Sunday Night Football and all the things, I feel like this is one of Buffalo's bad games, and they'll just and the Packers will win. Not because the Packers are better, just because it will be one of Buffalo's not great games on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah. All right. 9-4. We're just going to call it. Miami comes in. Our old defensive coordinator comes in. He knows all of LaFleur's weaknesses. Do we F this up? Do we F up this Miami game?
It's not
Malik
okay.
Willis we have to play against.
I mean, Malik Willis is going to have probably a good time against us, but I still think
Malik Willis, A-Chain, and nothing.
Yeah.
Corey
I still
Brewer,
think
there's
we
If
Center.
you lose
All
to a team that has $180 million in dead cap, you don't deserve to win anything
Dude.
ever.
All right, hot take. I bet Miami wins at least 6 games this year. There's some people saying
I would say 4.
I think they
4.
win 6. I'm calling it right now. Miami wins 6 games this year, maybe more. I think we're underestimated, dude. Because honestly,
Well, this ain't one of them.
The guys that they
No,
were paying all
it's
that money were trash at this point in their career
point.
anyway. So like that dead cap means nothing to me. Like get in some new faces, some new fresh ideas, and I think Miami can actually be better. And Malik is a massive upgrade to Tua, if I'm being honest. I think so anyway. So just in what he brings, to the
you couldn't
table,
get
so.
worse.
Yeah, well, pretty much. Well, Atlanta doesn't think so. But all right, moving on. Okay, so we're now 10-4. We go to Chicago. Indiana. We go to Indiana to play the Bears. So,
Hey, not for another 2 years.
yeah, I know. I'm just teasing. I'm going to be teasing you guys forever, but I totally get it. I totally get it. It's just outside the city. And, we'll call them the Hammond Bears from now on because that's what they want. But
Ham and eggs, baby.
all right, Dave, tell us what happens in this game. We're going to start with a Bear fan. Dave, what happens when we go play the Bears in Chicago?
Ben Johnson is going to have all of his offensive line in place. Whoever the hell is going to be our left tackle is going to be solid by then. Hopefully, well, honestly, we could have Ozzie Trapillo back by this point.
You could.
Because it'd be the end of the season. He did awesome in the last half of last season, coming off that injury. Don't expect him to be at full strength. But I think we're going to have our run game absolutely dialed in. And again, we're like I said before, we're going to have tight ends flying all over that backfield, cut blocks, everything else. You don't know what's going to go on. They're going to be pissed off because they lost at Green Bay. And Ben Johnson is going to offer something that'll get free hot dogs for everyone in the city for a month. So
take his pants off.
It's going to be it's going to be physical. This will be the one time that we don't spot Green Bay a 10-point lead by the second quarter, and I think it's just going to be physical, drawn out, and I think we're going to win it.
Okay.
And I have a question. Will it be shitty field conditions? Usually this time of the year, Soldier Field's having a little bit tough.
Oh yeah, it's totally
know,
going to be
yeah.
shitty.
Which
So,
is
like,
to their
more
benefit
running
if they
game.
want to run the ball 40 times a game, right? Which they might.
But that's part of our strategy moving to Hammond. We're going to have it right next to an oil refinery. It's going to be an oil slick out there all year round.
They'll be
Genius.
just like the Niners and get like diseases or something. So, no, I'm just kidding. All right, Eddie, give me your take on this game. What do you think we do to the Bears?
I think it'll be interesting. Because I really wonder more of where the Bears' strategy is going. If they're going to continue to still be a run-first team, if Ben Johnson's still leaning into that run-first team, or by this time of the year, maybe there's some different injuries, change the strategy up. If he's relying on Caleb Williams to do more in that first 3 quarters than he did in the first 4th quarter. But point blank, factual, I will never, ever, ever allow the Bears to win in a prediction for the Packers and Bears. So the Packers will be
fair.
winning.
All right, so we got 1 win, 1 loss. All right, Hype, go to you. What do you think happens in this game?
I am going to predict the Packers to win. I think it'll be a good game, but I think just because last year the Bears kind of had some luck, we're going to have some luck. Maybe the Bears will miss a field goal. Something will happen in the game. Caleb will probably make some comeback thing, and then they'll miss a field goal, and it'll be like, instead of like a fumbled, onside kick, it'll be a little bit more luck towards the Packers.
So something
this time.
we get lucky and win the game. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying we should win the game. I'm just saying that we somehow will.
Yeah.
Trey Smack.
I have a feeling.
Trey Smack.
Yeah. I have a feeling like, okay, so when we played the Bears in Green Bay, the Bears were like still kind of a bit on their heater, but we ended up winning. Then they kind of got even more hot. And when we went to Chicago, they were like really on a heater, even though they had to come back with a miracle to beat Malik Willis. I feel like the Bears at this point, Dave, and we'll get to this when we do their schedule.
Also Micah will probably be playing.
Will be out of the playoff picture, if I'm being completely honest. And I hate to say that because, like, I know they're going to be a good football team, but I feel like we're going to sneak this one out. So I kind of agree with Doug. I think we might get lucky or just something happens in our favor.
But if you think we're going to be, because I think if you're saying we're going to be out of the playoff picture, I'd say we still have a chance, right?
100%.
Because the week before we play at the Bills,
I was going to say,
might be a desperate bear.
You guys could have 2 wins at this point, and it would still be the thing you schedule on, that you're like, we have to win this game. Like, no, there's no way in the world that, like, no matter what your record is, you don't try to kick the crap out of us.
Right.
Like, Ben Johnson hates Matt LaFleur for whatever reason, probably stole his girlfriend. And
I'm going to take my shirt off after this win.
Yeah, but no, I think, sorry, Dave, we outvoted you. We are now 11-4. That might be too many wins, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go at Houston. Let's just say we take an L in this one because Houston's defense is so good. Come on, Eddie. We're not going to win 14.
They're going to have a down year. Like, they cannot be this dominant for 3 straight years.
Yes,
It's not
if they
possible.
stay healthy.
They just got a defensive tackle to help.
Yeah,
Dude,
but no, if we look over time when the defense are just as historically good as they are, they always have a down year around year 3, year 4, where there's a couple guys that go down. There's just no way they keep this up for another year.
I don't know, man.
CJ Stroud playing bad football too. I mean, this is a 7-6 team.
Well, I'm not saying they're going to win a ton of football games,
They
but
upgraded their offensive line and they got David Montgomery.
Yeah,
he's older, but I think he's solid.
And Jordan Love's playing in a dome in December or January? He's torching them.
DeMeco Ryans, to me, because you guys know how much I love Bob Saleh. I love Bob Saleh. Bob Saleh. I love Robert Saleh, but I might be more impressed with DeMeco Ryans and what he's done in Texas. And yes, they have an amazing amazing edge players, amazing cornerbacks, but like I feel they are closer to being like the Ravens of the 2000s, where they are just good for like 10 years, than they are closer to having a down year. Just to be honest, with the talent they have, if they are healthy, this is the best defense in the NFL, and no one is close. Even the Rams, with all of the guys they added,
I agree.
No one is close to this team, and I just don't see a down year. And if they have one, Eddie, I'll give you your kudos, but I just don't see it. And Montgomery is a Packer killer. That is 100% true. He really is, dude. For freaking Bears and Lions, and now on the Texans. Yeah, I'm calling an L. I'm calling it. So, Dave, L.
Yep.
Hype. What do you think? L,
I think it's a loss. I think the Texans defense is the best defense of the last 10 years.
I couldn't agree more.
I mean, watching them at the end of the season and in the playoffs, like nobody could do anything against them. Like,
all right, we are now 11-5.
Crazy.
Detroit comes in. This is for the division. Whichever team wins this game wins the division. And that guy right there in the glasses, Trace Mack, hits a 52-yarder in the wind to win the game. That's why I put him down there, because we're going to split with Detroit. We're going to split with Detroit. We're going to split with the Vikings. I even almost think we might split with the Bears, but we're going to win this game and win the division. So I'm calling W. Hype, I'll go to you first. Do you think we beat the Lions?
Yeah. I said earlier we split with the Lions. The Lions are going to be good, but like the thing is that like they've lost their mojo. They don't have that like everyone's scared of them anymore. Oh, we're going to win late in the season type thing. Now it's kind of like reversed back around on them for like bad luck. And our defense might actually be able to stop the running game a little bit. Like the thing is we excel against stopping Jamar Gibbs for some reason. We can stop him. Jameer Gibbs. Yeah. Jameer.
Everybody, we are really good against Jameer Gibbs for some reason. Like, surprisingly, and what does he do? Outside run. So, like...
Oh, we're going to throw the ball, too.
Yeah. So, I knew it. I knew you were going to say 17 in Minnesota. I knew it. So, anyway, but no, we're going to win this game. I do think we barely sneak out the division. I don't know. I could see the Lions taking the division. But I feel like the Lions and the Packers are going to be right there around 11 or 12, both of them. That's just kind of my feeling. But I do think we win this and get 12 wins. So Doug agrees. Eddie, do you think we beat Detroit at home?
Easily, because I wouldn't even be surprised if this team's just above 500. Like, you would not surprise me if they're not above 500.
I don't know, man. Their schedule's pretty cake this year.
I understand, and I get that, but whenever they play good teams, they will lose those games. It'll all even itself out because they do not have a dedicated offensive coordinator or a good defensive coordinator. People say that defensive coordinator was good. He ain't that damn good, or else he'd get a head coaching job. He ain't that good.
Aaron Glenn did get a head coaching job and produced maybe the worst defense I've ever seen.
I mean, and the Packers, for some reason, have the kryptonite against Jahmyr Gibbs, as Doug so elegantly said, where it just they've been playing so good against the Lions, even though maybe the record over the last 3 years doesn't look great in the Packers' favor. They've always played them so tough, and the Packers, to me, is so significantly ahead of where the Lions are right now that Lions have more to worry about than even just making the playoffs. Just
the Lions
500.
2 years ago were that fancy ascending team. They were like had the best record. They were poised to do something. They kind of choked in the playoffs, and I feel like we've kind of had their number. I mean, we did go 2-0 against them last year.
Those past years before last year, they had like the best offensive line in the league for like 4 or 5 years straight, right?
Right, and they're not as good anymore.
And outside of the 21 year, whenever we play Detroit at the end of the year, we damn near don't need to.
Yeah. No, I think we go. All right, so we're predicting 12.
Yeah, they had Ben Johnson 2 years ago. They had the best offensive line, and now they get Drew Petzing, offensive coordinator, for what he did in Arizona.
I'm not really impressed with that. I mean, again, I still think they're going to be good, though. I do. I'm not that scared. This isn't the same Lions they were 2 years ago. Everyone knows that.
Nobody's scared of the Lions.
So what's the final record, our count now?
12-5. We are 12.
That's what I predicted. 12-5.
Win the division. So we're all saying we're good. We're all good with 12-5. I know Dave's not, but like
they're winning 9 games. So that's a 3-game difference.
Eddie, go get a beer because now we have to look at the Bears schedule, and Eddie's going to say 0-17. I know, but remember, we're all gonna vote. So let's be honest. What we think's going to happen. So we'll wait for Eddie to get back. But
can we give a shout out to the viewers on TikTok? We're on TikTok now, guys.
Oh, nice. Hi, everybody on TikTok. How are you doing?
Yeah. Keith Berry, my homie, who is he's like the KO Kid of California, MMA fighter, is watching. So yeah, shout out to you guys.
Hell yeah, man. Thanks for joining us, guys. We appreciate it. Now, not as fun stuff we're talking about the Bears. Sorry, but it must be done. Okay, Dave, I've been speaking up Carolina all year. Eddie's friends love me. Eddie doesn't agree with me, but at Carolina, I think you lose this game, man. I think the Panthers defensive line shuts down your run. Caleb doesn't know what to do, and I think the Panthers beat you guys like 17-14 in an ugly, disgusting way. And so I'm calling an L. Dave, tell me what you think about this game.
This one is going to be tough because we still won't know who the hell our left tackle is.
Yeah.
Like I said before, I think Carolina in the trenches, they're strong. I think they're a big physical team. They had a full-size NFL quarterback that'd be a world different. But yeah, I think it's a physical game. I think the Bears are still going to win it, though. I think that we're still going to get our feet wet, and I really am looking forward to seeing what Ben Johnson is going to be able to do. I don't know that Carolina is going to be able to know with all the counters and whatnot. Misdirection is how you take on a big physical game. That's how I beat the piss out of the Eagles 2 years ago. I think it's going to be a similar game plan for this one. So I like us winning on the road.
That's fair. Okay, Eddie, what do you think? Carolina or the Bears? Who wins?
I'm going to go with Carolina, and it's not even because any Bears hate. There's more answers to the Carolina Panthers questions than there are for the Bears question marks when you specifically look at the line. I'll always lean toward a defensive line that has all the answers there for you, especially if the other offensive line is kind of question marks. Not saying that Carolina has some overwhelming pass rush or anything, but they're really good interior that's going to help against the run. They're bringing in the guy from Jacksonville, Devin Lloyd, that was a great rusher.
Yep.
They're adding in Lee Hunter. If all their draft picks hit, the Panthers are going to be a really good team if those picks hit. And I think everything is just rolling in the Panthers' direction to win that division. It's going to be hot in North Carolina too on September 13th. It's going to be it's basically like being in Florida. It's going to be 90-something degrees. It's going to be hot, humid, especially a 1:00 game.
No, I will legitimately be impressed if the Bears win this game because Dave Ganales is a good coach. This defense is legit. I don't care what anybody says. This defense is legit. This is going to be a tough ass game to start the season.
They got a good secondary. They got J.C. Horn and Mike Jackson on the edges. That's going to give Luther Burden and Rome Odunze stepping into a role maybe they weren't fully ready to last year. This year being the premier guys, outside of DJ Moore, there it could give them a little bit of trouble. I just think that I agree with Derek. 17-14 sounds about right to me.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think this could just most NFL games, are a turnover or possession away, but I think this one is specifically tight. And I agree with you, Dave. Ben Johnson is going to come out with some good ideas, and they're going to work. But I think
and Ben Johnson's style is he wants 15 play drives, right?
Mhm.
So that's why, low scoring. If anyone wins 20, they win the game.
Yeah, I'd agree. Okay, Doug, hype.
Trying to be like Matt LaFleur.
Carolina or the Bears in this game? Bears or the Carolina Panthers?
I think the Bears are a team that starts slow and finishes stronger in the season. I mean, they did last year. So it's not really like a pattern, but like I think they did last year. I think it'll happen again. I think Carolina might win this one. And the Bears, Caleb's young. He'll have a season where like he slowly gets better over the season. And they, as they figure out the best things for him to do in the offense. So I think Carolina wins this one.
All right, Dave, you got outvoted by the Packer fans. Surprise, surprise. Okay, 0-1 for the Bears.
Shocking.
But I would say after Kyler Murray beats us and the Vikings are in a high, they go into Chicago and get their butts kicked by the Bears. Plus, you guys kind of owe them for one last year to start the season. So I think the Bears beat the.
Sorry, you just shocked somebody. He fell off my lap.
Oh, he's like,
you guys are all drunk off your ass, man.
Yeah, he's like, the Bears can't lose. I'm a puppy. I know everything about the universe and the world. But
8.5 weeks old. Bears are the best.
Yeah, I got the Bears winning Minnesota. Dave, what do you think?
Yep.
Winning against Minnesota. Yeah, that's a W. Eddie, do you agree that's a W?
Yeah, the offense fits the play style against over
a
aggressive
pass
defense.
rush heavy. Yeah,
where
pass rush
Caleb
heavy
Williams
defense.
he can make the plays off schedule against a blitz heavy team and get nice one-on-ones where he can make those freakish throws. That's pretty easy win for me.
Okay. Hype, do you agree? Bears beat the Vikings in this one?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Now let's go to an interesting one. You guys smoked Philadelphia last year. They did exactly what you said, Dave, against good defensive lines, right? That you said they do against the Panthers. Is Ben Johnson had a great run game plan to tire out and run misdirection against that D-line. Do you think Philly adjusts? Do you think Philly comes back with anger because you guys beat the crap out of them last year? Or do you think you successfully figure out a way to beat them again? What do you think, Dave? I'll start with you.
For this one, I just say it's the home field advantage. Monday night, Bears fans are going to be nuts. They're going to be crazy.
This is a really good game, honestly.
This will be a fantastic game. If this would have been at Philly, I would have picked the Philly too. So this is just based on home team. It's two really good teams. I think Ben's going to have this schematic.
All right, fair enough. Eddie, what do you think about this?
I'm kind of right in agreement with Dave. It all comes down to the pass rush to me. Can Philly's pass rush get to Caleb Williams? Nothing last year showed me that they can. Jonathan Grenard doesn't move the needle for me. I'm in the same boat. If it was in Philly, I would have chose Philly. So I agree because this is going to be a pound and like ground and pound. And why does Philly want to keep getting rid of their best players? Like every chance they get. Let us play a place to suck to play and be a player.
Yeah.
You just want to get rid
let
of
AJ Brown go. Let Jalen Phillips go. Man, we don't need those guys.
Shopping, their best defensive tackle. Like it just doesn't make any sense.
They're Philly, man. They're always looking.
And
for
watching Philly lose makes me happier than watching the Bears lose, though.
Wow, that's something fair.
Yeah, fuck Philly. I mean, it's pretty
fair.
It's just good to the fan base, if nothing else.
What do you think, Philly or the Bears in this game? Hype, can you hear me? Are you there?
What is the question?
Philly or the Bears in this game? Who wins, Philly or the Bears?
I think Philadelphia wins this game because they're going to know what the Bears are going to do this time. You know what I'm saying? The Bears beat them up last time. I think Philly's going to come back.
Yeah.
And they're going to beat them this time.
This is a tough one to call. I think either way, since it's already 2-1, let's just say W because I'm having a hard time figuring this one out. But we'll say the Bears win this game. They're 2-1 now. They play the Jets. Let's not even talk about it. They're going to beat the damn Jets. So they're 3-1.
Can we for 1 second? Can we?
What? You think the Jets are going to win? I don't want to hear you. I don't want to hear that. Okay, go ahead.
Aaron Glenn knows Ben Johnson more than any other NFL head coach knows Ben Johnson.
His team still sucks.
Did you just say Aaron Glenn's a head coach? That is not correct, sir.
This is one of these years, though.
He may be fired by this point already.
But maybe, I mean, Ben Johnson really hasn't had a game where it was a complete sleepwalk like we've seen Matt LaFleur do so many times. Could this be a sleepwalk game where it's like you expect to roll over them?
It is the former Detroit coaches against each other. I would say if they were somewhat evenly matched, I'd agree with you. But like, let's be honest, the Jets got no roster right now. They're rebuilding.
It's pretty bad. But you never.
Geno Smith is their quarterback. You are not allowed to pick Geno Smith to win a football game on this podcast. You are not allowed. Just saying.
I agree. You are damn right in that.
Okay, fair. All right, we're moving on. We already picked them to lose to Green Bay, so the Bears are now 3-2. Going to Atlanta. Tua, I don't know. Does Penix start at this time? Does their run game help? Atlanta's a tough team. I don't know what to feel about Atlanta this year. I think Stefanski's a good coach, a bit overrated, but I still think he's a good coach. I still think the Bears find a way to beat them, though, if I'm being honest in this one. So, Dave, do you agree the Bears win? Yep. All right, Eddie, let me get your thoughts about the Falcons. What do you think about the Falcons?
Bijan Robinson's a problem, and the Bears have not added anything that's going to help their run game, in my opinion. I think Devin Bush is fine. That doesn't help. The interior defensive line doesn't, because BJ Robinson is like a top 3, and he will wreck a game in an instant.
Yeah.
And if that is rolling, and along with Drake London and all the other guys they got, it could be a big problem.
Oh, Bush got roasted on a wheel route in OTAs like day 2.
Oof, that's not good.
And so that's why we see our Swift made a big run down the field, so he can get got. But I think Thieneman's going to help with that too.
We all know
I think our safeties are going to help him.
Relying on a rookie safeties is risky when it comes to Bijan Robinson, who is arguably the best in his position.
Maybe the most dangerous offensive weapon in the
NFL. What about Grady Jarrett? Do you think he's going to be excited to play at his old stopping ground?
I don't think he
isn't going to be mad.
He's played for like 4 teams though, right? Like 3 or 4 teams. Like he's been around. He's been around. So it's like, do you get excited to play?
Here's the only thing I would say about this game, Dave, that makes me a little worried for the Bears is that Tua's not great, but if he has a clean pocket, he can hurt you because he's smart, right? And your pass rush is pretty mediocre.
Oh, yeah.
And, Atlanta's offensive line isn't great either. But if Tua has a clean pocket all game, like he's going to find a way to score points on you. So
Kyle Pitts with Stefanski can be very interesting.
Yeah. And Stefanski's the smart guy. Their offense is going to be better. They're going to be better.
This is a game where I'm taking the better quarterback, and Caleb Williams is the better quarterback. So I'm going to take.
That's kind of where I'm at. I think Ben Johnson's better than Stefanski. No offense, sorry Packers fans. I just think
how do you win the coach of the year at the Browns and not be good?
He's not good.
They won still with a lot of defense, and he's supposed to be an offensive guy.
Yeah,
and he hasn't really
defense. And that was
I haven't seen him really improve anybody on offense yet. So
that's a fair point. But I'm taking the Bears because I think Caleb Williams is better than both Michael Penix and Tua in Atlanta. It is what it is.
This is a sneaky game, but we'll go. Doug, do you agree the Bears win this game?
Michael Penix is the Aaron Glenn of quarterbacks. Like he should just not be out there. He shouldn't even be throwing a football.
Lefties. All right, we're gonna give this one to the Bears. They are now 4-2, going to New England at home. I think this is a tough game for the Bears. I think this is going to be a tough game for the Bears. I think Drake May might have a little bit of you didn't pick me first overall, you pieces of crap, and might shred him a little bit, if I'm being honest. But
you think he's thinking about that?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he's glad he's in New England.
But not everyone is Aaron Rodgers victim BS. I think he's pretty damn happy because he got to go to the Super Bowl.
I know.
He might be happy,
he's probably not giving a damn about that.
I think this is Caleb versus Drake. This is a fantastic game, by the way. I'm really excited to actually watch this game. I think this is going to be good. I think Drake May's going to show he's a better quarterback. And
that is the thing that will happen. He's going to be like, oh, people compare me and Caleb, and I want to prove I'm better.
Yeah, I think New England wins because Drake May just has a great game. And
I don't know. I think with the old Drake May will think that he's so much better, he might screw it up.
I'm not that worried about that. The main problem with the Patriots is their offensive line, and the main problem with their Bears is their defensive line. So, the advantage the Bears would have doesn't really apply to this Patriots team's weakness. So, I don't know. I'm saying L. Dave, tell me otherwise if you think so.
New England has to travel on a short week to Chicago. I like the Bears.
Okay, fair enough. It's a Thursday night game. Eddie, what do you think?
I mean, it's going to be a Garrett Bradbury revenge game here for
He's going to be our backup by this
center
point.
revenge game. Oh, the classic center revenge game.
The center revenge game. This is a really tough one to call because, I mean, I think this might be the most even balanced game that they've had going into this point because you can argue quarterback to receivers to running backs. They're all pretty equal, but I give the nod to the Bears because of the tight end group. That's where I give them the nod. I think at this point of the year, they're really going to establish the Cole Kmet, Loveland, and now Sam Roush 3 tight end set to where they're going to be changing football for a few weeks until everybody catches back up to it. And I think they're going to catch the high mark here during this part of the season. So I'm going to give it to the Bears because they're at home too on a short week.
Hype, what do you think?
I think the Bears beat them, not because they're better, but I think the Patriots are just overlooking the Bears. I think the Patriots are like the team that is going to disappoint us at some point, but I think in the beginning of the season is when
I don't think they're going to overlook us because they're going to go Raiders, Jets, at Bears, at Dolphins. They're not going to overlook us for Miami.
I just think it's one of those trap games for the Patriots. I think the Bears are going to win this game.
I think it's a trap game for the Bears, if I'm being honest, because they're going to be 4-2 at home on a Thursday. They think they're going to win. I don't know. I think the opposite. I think
the season goes the Bears are winning a bunch of games, and then at the end of the season they're not.
All right, fair enough. We'll give the W to the Bears here, but I think we got to give them the L at Seattle. That's just a tough place to play.
Yeah, I think they lose to Seattle.
Yeah, dude. Pass rush. Even though they lost one of their defensive linemen, I think Seattle still got their number. So, okay, so we'll go 5-3. The Bears are 5-3 now, guys. Tampa Bay at home. This could be interesting.
They're going to lose to Tampa Bay.
I think the big show, dude. Tampa Bay's weird though. So, like, picking a game against Tampa Bay is so hard because I feel like Tampa Bay could lose to the Titans and beat the Rams. Do you know what I mean? Like,
that's
Tampa
life
Bay
with Baker Mayfield.
They just make no sense. It's just like what Baker Mayfield shows up. Does their defense play at all? This is a tough one for me.
The thing is, like, the Bears' defensive line's their weakness. If you give Baker Mayfield time and you don't have people there in his way because he's not tall, that's when he can cook. You know what I'm saying?
Let's see. Before we get too deep into this, Dave, let me see what you think about this. Because this Tampa Bay, New Orleans back-to-back, I feel like you're going to lose one of these games. I feel like New Orleans is better than people think. Tampa Bay is weird. I'd be willing to take a 1-1 split Tampa Bay.
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't have to spend too much time.
Would you guys agree that the Bears maybe fuck up one of these games and they win one of the other ones, so they go 1-1, so they're 6-4 at the bye week? You guys feel good about that? Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
think that's fair.
Yeah, and three straight primetime games is fucking exhausting.
That's it, dude. And again, I think Green Bay's a hard game. I think Atlanta's a hard game. New England's a hard game. Seattle's a hard game. And then you got Tampa Bay, who can be whatever. And New Orleans, like, that's a bit of a gauntlet. So I feel like 6-4 is pretty fair.
Yeah, and 14 days, and what is it, 14, 15 days you play 3 primetime games? That's like, I don't care who you play. That's difficult to do because of all the glitzy glam that comes around it. Reuben Bain's on fire. I think the same way we did with the Packers, where it was like the Saints and somebody else, where it's like, all right, one Saints, of them's going to be winning. Yeah, Saints and Rams, where it's like, all right, win and loss, and then we just keep it moving. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yep. Yeah, okay, good. I'm glad we're on the same page. Out of the bye, though, they go to Detroit. I think the Ben Johnson comeback game, I think maybe doesn't have the same effect as it did last year. So I think Detroit pulls off a home victory.
As badly as they kicked our ass in Detroit last year until we actually play in Detroit, I'm not going to give us a win. No, Detroit's earned this W.
Fair enough. I'd agree with that. And then Jacksonville at home. That's a tough one because Jacksonville's good. They're kind of hard for me to figure out at this point in the season. What are they going to be? Are they going to be a division leader? Like, I don't know, man.
Liam Cohen is a great head coach. He's a great offensive mind. Like, their defense was surprisingly good last year.
Their defense was way better than it should have been, but they did lose Lloyd. But Travis Hunter might be back. Does that make a difference? This is a coin flip for me. This game is totally a coin flip for me. So I'm not.
Hype disagrees. Sure. Let's go to his.
No, I think Jacksonville wins this game.
Okay, all right. And Eddie, what do you think about Jacksonville in this game?
They're fucking weird, man. I don't know why they're good. I don't know how they're good. They're weird. They don't have like Trevor Lawrence okay. Nobody's arguing him top 15. Nobody. Look,
I might argue him top 15 if I'm being honest.
Like,
now that
he's
he has the
middle of
real
road.
coordinator,
He's never done anything great that you're like,
I gotta agree with that one.
I'm beating the table for Trevor Lawrence. They don't
True.
have some great run game. They don't have a stud at receiver. Their offensive line is fine. Their defensive line is fine. Their linebackers, fine. Their secondary, there's
Fine.
nothing good about
No.
this team.
they're
How are they
average
good?
everywhere.
It
So they
sounds
don't
like you're
have
in an argument with your
deficiency.
wife
That's
where you're
the
just
secret.
yelling "fine" the whole time.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like they're okay.
What is it
Like
do it's just fine.
what is it about this team that like they've been competitive the last
Dude,
few years?
They were
No.
competitive. They were good.
The
They
end of
beat-
the season when it mattered last year, they were very good.
and
like,
they almost
really
beat
good.
the damn Bills.
Yeah.
in the playoff game. They should
How?
have really won that game. Let's be honest. They should have won that game.
How?
kinda
How did
fucked
they
it up.
get
Coaching
there?
matters, dude.
Yeah, it does.
They
And
got
that-
a great coach finally.
Dave, you're exactly
Dude.
right because that's Liam Cohen. Like everybody
Dude.
wants to make fun of Liam Cohen for his Duval, but he's a damn good coach.
He's a damn
Oh,
good
yeah,
coach.
did he? Yeah, see what he did with Baker in that
Yeah.
offense.
Like,
Baker's
and,
then
and-
it-
and
then
they
his
didn't have a
previous
first
stuff,
round
too.
pick this year. They're just
Yep.
selling shit away for free.
All right. Well, let's say that.
Oh, they're weird,
let's say
man.
The Bears. The Jacksonville wins this game. The Bears beat the Dolphins.
It's at home.
right?
They're going to beat
So
Giants.
let's
It's
say
at
they
home.
split those two games, so they're now 8-5. 8-5. Okay?
Yeah, they're beating Jacksonville at home. It's cold as
Yeah.
hell. Them little Florida birds ain't doing nothing over there in Chicago.
So
Yeah,
8-5
that's true. Jacksonville in Chicago in December. So
Yeah.
Bears win
I
at
think
home.
Jacksonville
Oh, that's
wins.
fair, I suppose. But like,
And I
feel
say
like-
we lose at Buffalo, though. That's
yeah,
for sure.
So you lose at Buffalo. So you lose at Detroit. You beat Jacksonville, Miami. You lose at Buffalo. So you're 8-6 at that point. So you're 8-6 at that point. And then
And we all agree that the Bears win the
nope, we
next
all
game,
agreed
right?
you're wrong, and you're 8-7. So you're 8-7, and then Detroit comes back, and it's a must-win for you at 8-7. You're in the playoff hunt. Does Ben Johnson beat his predecessor? Does he beat him, or does Detroit sweep you this year and crush your hopes?
A
do you
dumb
think?
team playing outside on a shitty field. I like the Bears.
Okay, Eddie, what do you think? Detroit?
Yeah, they
Chicago.
disagreed with you last year. They were just fine last year. A dome team in shit field. they were just fine.
Yeah.
I until I see them beat Detroit is when
Yes.
I'll get it. But it doesn't matter that it could have been Eberflus's fuck up on Thanksgiving
Yeah.
up to this point of last year. I gotta see it before I can. I
That's fair.
think the Bears are a better team, but it's just they were
Yeah.
a better team last year and still lost.
No, I'm kind of feeling that too. But Hype, what do you think at this one? Do you think Detroit goes and loses in Chicago and they split with the Bears, or do you think Detroit finds a way to sweep them in the season series?
Yeah, the thing is that the Bears' defensive line is their weakness, and the Lions' the Lions are rolling
The
on
Lions'
all
run
cylinders
game.
when their offensive line can play well. You know what I
Right.
mean? So like,
Yeah,
when if they can get Jared Goff like protection, that's when he's just smoking fools and looks like an elite quarterback. So I think the Lions win.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
last week of the season was 19-16. We lost
yeah,
in Chicago, but
So I think we got to give this to Detroit, but then they probably end up beating the Vikings, who are like 7-8 wins. I
Well,
mean,
the
that's
7
kind of a
seed.
toss up.
They'll beat them for the 7 seed. The Bears look at the 7 seed.
You think the Bears at 9-8 get the 7 seed? They finish 9-8 and get the 7 seed. See, I actually think they're going to finish 8-9. So we're kind of right around 9 wins. Again, they're not worse than they were last year, but they just didn't have as many, come from behind victories or whatever to win the division. So I feel like 9-8 is fine for the Bears. I'm good with that. Dave, you good with 9-8 for the Bears?
you're only off by one. I'm fine.
Fair
with
enough.
that, so.
You're a 10-7 guy. That's how you're
Yep.
feeling. 10-7. Okay. Doug, do you think 9-8 or 10-7 for the Bears? What would you lean toward?
I would say 9-8 ish. Yeah.
No, I can see the Bears making the playoffs this year. I
The
can see
big
Bears
big question about all of this is Roma Dunze's foot.
yeah. Is
When
it
he
gonna
said
be real?
in the interview this last week, he was talking
And
how
Johnson is petty. He beats the hell out of the Jets. You're probably right. So
The Jets are
You're probably
terrible.
right. Yeah, the Jets suck, dude. Doug's favorite coach is Aaron Glenn. I'm just gonna.
He doesn't coach. All he does is do dances. This isn't me. This is me. Oh, Aaron, I'm Aaron Glenn. All I do is this on the sideline. Yay, I'm a dancer. Like, literally the most retarded coach ever to live.
All right, fair enough.
Well, as
All
long
right,
as it's
so-
not a catastrophe for the Bears, it's a
Yeah.
win because they look at everybody saying they're going to have some like catastrophic drop off. Like 9-8 doesn't seem like the worst case scenario.
No, again, I keep saying this. I think the Bears will be a better overall football team this year with a worse record. That happens sometimes. Do you know what I mean? I think that's just kind of where they're at. So, but the year after, like, this is what I need to see from Caleb, because I saw magic from Caleb, but I saw magic when he won his Heisman from Caleb too. And then I saw 2.5 to 3 years of kind of pretty bad play.
Yeah.
I need Caleb to show consistency. And I think, Dave, you're kind of in that same boat. Like, if I saw less magic, but more consistency from Caleb this year, I'd be more afraid than if I just saw magic. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, we know you got the magic. That is scary. I get it. It's exciting. It's Madden cover stuff. But like, I'm worried about Caleb that completes 65% of his passes and makes the right decision. That's the Caleb I'm afraid of. And if I don't see that, then I'm worried about the Bears this year, because there's only so much magic that can go around. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, you just described the top 10 quarterback. You just described the top 10 quarterback with that.
Well, I've kind of described Mahomes' whole career, if I'm being honest.
I mean, that's what it is. It's less magic, more consistency.
Yeah, exactly. So that was really fun, though. We'll probably go back to this again because we're going to pick all the games. But, you know, this is our baseline for what we think. Now, let's get into our next thing, guys. We are actually going to rank the positions. So we are going to rank the positions for the Bears and the Packers. Is it one of the league's best as far as our players at that position? Is it good? Is it average? Does it need improvement? Or is it a friggin' problem, right? So, yes, Schroeder's right. The Bears had a terrible point differential. They had also the most turnovers in the NFL by a huge margin. Those things are not repeatable. We just know from history. So the Bears are
so we got rid of the guys who got all those turnovers so the new guys could do it.
Yeah,
that'll make it happen.
That's what I tell myself too, Dave. We got rid of our good players.
They weren't good. They weren't good players. Our cornerback was getting toasted, which is why he had all those turnovers, because everyone was chucking at him.
Yeah, that's true. They threw out you enough. You're bound to pick one off, right? So
I have a question before we get into this. Like, are we treating this like a contract extension where we're looking towards the future, or as of now?
This year, 2026. Right?
But how much are we basing the past off of this?
I mean, I'd say you want to obviously take last year into effect, maybe the year before, but like focus more on what you saw at the end of the year, the offseason, what you expect from this position group, right?
Got it.
So let's talk about this. Is a really good one to start because this is a really hard one. Packers D-line. Is it average? Is it good? Or does it still need improvement? Because, you know, we signed Hargrave. We drafted McClellan. We know why it's good when he's healthy, but he's also coming off an injury. You could throw Van Ness in there as part of the D-line. Micah's technically part of the D-line because, you know, he's an outside rusher. You could count him as a linebacker technically, but he's also coming off an injury. So, like, do we feel like our D-line is good because of Micah? Is it just average? Give me your thoughts, guys, because I'm leaning towards average. But if you told me they were good, because we're including Micah, I would be willing.
If we're saying that like full strength with Micah and everybody in Hargrave, I would put them. I would bet that they would be good, but like just barely more than average. Good.
All right. Okay. All right. Eddie, let's hear from the last Packer fan. What do you think about our
D-line? If this was done before, if we did this before the draft, I would say need improvement, and Goody did enough through free agency and the draft to make them average.
Fair.
Good because of Micah. I'm putting them in good just because of Micah Parsons.
All right. Well, Dave, you be the decider. As a fan of another team, do you feel like our D-line is good just because of Micah Parsons, or is it just average despite having?
Yeah, they're right on the cusp just because of Micah. Because you're relying on a rookie defensive tackle, right?
Yeah.
To help elevate you. You've already seen Luke Van Ness, so I'd say very average everywhere else. But yeah, Micah
just kind of puts you a little bit over the edge, just slightly, like more here.
Just ekes you into the good.
Well, I have a caveat. If the Packers believe in Lucas Van Ness to play at a very high level, that's also why I caveat them into good.
He can't be any worse than Rashawn Gary.
They gave him $15 million for a reason when they could have given him a dumbass 2-year deal. They gave him 50. That's why I put him in good too.
Well, the thing is that Micah constantly says LVN is going to be really good, but he never says it about anybody else. And he never brought up Rashawn Gary on his own. He was basically like, let's not talk about
because he watched Rashawn Gary play. But anyway,
they probably would have fought in a back alley if it was up to them.
Let's go to D-line for the Bears. Dave, your turn. You get the Bears D-line. Where do you feel they're at as a fan of the Bears? Their defensive line.
I'm going to be generous and say needs improvement.
No, that's fair. I wouldn't say they're necessarily a problem.
Booker's
He has
rotating edge player.
Yep.
He has promise. Still got to get a little bit stronger, but he, you see the potential.
Yeah.
Sweat's good, and everything else needs improvement. So
yeah, it might be one of your worst positions on a good team, but you're bound to have some of those. So, I think needs improvement's fair. Eddie, would you agree the Bears D-line needs improvement? Or
See, I find the same problem that the Packers had between good and average, with the Bears being need improvement and a problem because they were missing one of their edge rushers. I can't say his name.
Dale Dengbo.
Yep, he would, but we don't know how good he would have been. That's where it puts him into that need improvement. But without him, there's no real answers. You're paying Sweat way too much money for his production, where it's it's right in that between, because Booker gave you some flashes, but it's not anything that's consistent yet. I think needs improvement is right, like that sweet spot for him.
Yeah, I think Booker showed enough though to where
he didn't do anything to improve.
He can be average, then you just fill out some other positions, like he's a full-time starter. So I'm fair. I think needs improvement is fair. Doug, what do you think? Bears defensive line needs improvement, problem. We know they're one of those two.
The thing is that they could be a problem, but at the end of the year last year, they did actually play well against the Packers, here and there. You know what I mean?
They did. That's why I'm saying, I saw some signs that they could be.
Now the Packers line was terrible, but we
had one of the worst offensive lines. So
and Dennis Allen coached the shit out of that defense those last two games.
No, I think that's the perfect spot for them. All right, so Eddie, your turn. Packers linebackers, McDuffie. We got
is
Cooper.
average. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm going to put him at average because I don't know. I don't know what Zaire Franklin's going to bring to this team. I know Edge Cooper's going to be an All-Pro. Outside of that, for that linebacker group, I don't know. So that's why I put him in average, because
I think average is fair, because I think McDuffie's a really good run defender and a really bad pass defender. I think
he's bad at everything else.
Good at everything. I don't know what Zaire is going to bring to the table. He didn't have a great year last year, but historically he has been pretty good.
He was a second-team All-Pro.
If
he can be that guy,
I think Hopper is playable. I don't know what he is.
They kind of fit in that same weird gray area between good and average.
Yeah.
Like if you can get 2023 or 2024, I guess, Zaire Franklin with some Tyrant Hopper snaps and forgetting about Isaiah McDuffie, they can be good. The more Isaiah McDuffie plays, the worse they get.
Yeah, it's true. And I don't dislike Isaiah McDuffie, but he's just limited in what he does. What he does well, he's good at. What he doesn't do well, he's not. It's just very simple. He's a very good run defensive linebacker, but I don't want him on the field that much, if I'm being honest.
I mean, how much of a nod do you give an All-Pro linebacker that Edge Cooper is going to be?
I mean,
how much does he get?
I know he's going to be good, but I need to see a little bit more big play from him this year. I'd like to see him blow up a few more plays, but I definitely think he's very good. And I think
the boost from average to good, how much of a boost do you give him potentially having an All-Pro?
I think if they're gonna, so there's word that he's going to be rushing off the edge, and they're going to move him around a little bit like they did with Micah. And he gets, I want to see 3 turnovers. That's what I want to see from Edge Cooper. I think he's talented enough to break up plays and make plays. I want 3 turnovers from Edge Cooper this year, and I'll say he's really good, because that's what I want from my guy in the middle, is messing up plays and causing guys to turn the ball over. That's
absolutely
what I want,
fair.
Yeah. All right. Hype, are you good with the linebacker group being average? You think that's pretty fair?
I think they'll be borderline average good, but they can be average. I think Cooper and Zaire Franklin will work well together, because Zaire is going to be the traditional middle linebacker, keeping the run game together. And he even talked about Coop's going to just be running around doing whatever. You can blitz him, you can do things, you can use him as a joker guy. And I think those two guys, as long as they stay healthy, will be good. But Zaire kind of had a down season last year, so it's one of those things where we haven't seen it yet. So I think we're good with average is good.
Yeah, I think that's fair. All right, moving on to the Bears. Doug, you get to start this time. Where do you think the Bears linebackers rank? We all know TJ Edwards, Wisconsin Badger, pretty good, right? Devin Bush, very good at certain things, maybe has a few holes, but has been an All-Pro, did really well in Cleveland with that good defensive line, though. He's got speed, but he had a really good defensive line where he thrived. He's going to a team with maybe not the best defensive line, which could potentially be a problem. Dave, remind me who else you got for linebacker right now?
Another Wisconsin Badger, Jack Sanborn.
Oh, love me some Jack Sanborn.
Oh,
So
yeah, that's right. You got Sanborn.
Not
Yeah, I
trying to
think-
get any slant or
Yeah.
anything, you know.
well,
I'm
I
playing to
mean,
my judge right here. We got 2 Badgers out there.
I think Bush is a good player, but I think he's limited, and I think he needs a good defensive tackle in front of him, and he doesn't have it. So that kind of I think makes him average to me. I think Sanborn, as much as I love him, he's good things he does. He's kind of also average, and I think TJ Edwards is good. I do think he's good, but I still feel like you guys are kind of like between good and average as well. Like you're kind of on the cusp of good and average.
I was gonna
So-
say between average and needs improvement. I do like
Okay.
DeMarco Jackson as a depth piece.
Yeah.
Just so we do have some, you know, when he needed to step in, he got like 14 tackles in a game and whatnot. So it's still, you know, we're getting better than from what we were, but I still don't think that we're good.
Yeah, I think Bush is an improvement because let's be honest, like your middle linebacker last year, remind me his name, Dave. Sorry, TJ.
He's too old and slow for me to remember.
Yeah, he was so slow.
Oh,
Dude.
Edmonds.
Bush is a massive improvement in the pass game at the very least, right? With that, so but he can get cooked still. All right, let's move on to something more interesting. Maybe the most interesting of all. The Packers
both
defensive
squads.
backs. Yeah, right. The Packers defensive backs. We got 2 good safeties. I feel like Williams is a good safety. I think McKinney's a great safety. And we've got 2 terrible cornerbacks, but maybe 2 guys that will step up and make a difference. So, Eddie, I'm going to go to you on this one. Okay, Dave, I'm going to skip you and we'll go back to you for the Bears D-backs. Okay, Eddie, what are the Packers defensive backs? Are we still needs improvement? Are we average or are we actually good now?
We're average because 2 of the 4 are actually proven to be good, and that's Evan Williams, McKinney. So if I'm taking the middle of the road, I'm saying average.
Well,
if,
St. Juice, to be fair, St. Juice was the 6th highest PFF graded
I
cornerback.
will-
Yes,
when is he
wasn't
gonna
a
play?
full-time- Well, that's
when's he gonna play?
fair.
When's he gonna? If I'm taking what I expect to be week 1, which is Carrington Valentine, Keyshawn Nixon, Evan Williams, and
Bullard and
Xavier
McKinney.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm putting them at average because they played really well on the back end, but their cornerbacks were not good when it mattered. Now, if it changes, that could change, but the safeties is what makes the secondary good, in my opinion, and that's where I think it goes average because you have a perennial All-Pro in Xavier McKinney. He doesn't get thrown at. Every offense is scared of him, and Evan Williams is coming into his own, and Bullard's playing really well. I don't want to talk about the corners. That's why I put him in average because the cornerback, you don't know. Nobody knows. And based off those 3 guys, average for me.
Did I freeze? Can you guys?
I can hear you.
I think Derek froze.
Derek froze.
Is damn Keyshawn Nixon. That's what I'm talking about. You bring up
I
Keyshawn Nixon's name and everybody,
I think
breaks.
I think the thing is that I think we need to put the defensive backs in need improvement until we see cornerbacks that actually can cover and or tackle.
I mean, well, because that's what the whole thing where I talk about the schedule is how long is this leash for Keyshawn Nixon and Carrington Valentine? That's what just how long is it before Gannon gets pissed off, maybe punches one of them, and then we get some new guys in there.
St. Juice and Cisse could come in and play well, but they got to learn the defense. They got, there's a whole thing going on with that. So by the end of the season, the whole secondary could be up to good by the end of the season, maybe. But we had to see a lot for that to happen.
I mean, I might be just such a critic that I don't think that defense is as hard as it is to learn as offense is, where it's you can only do cover 4 so many different ways.
I extremely disagree. They have to know where to be on all those plays, how to read and where to be at the right place.
Well, it depends on like match coverages and stuff like that.
Even last year, with all the guys that have been on the team for 4 years, they were making mistakes in the secondary all the time and leaving guys
because they're
open.
not good. They weren't good.
Well,
like that's the thing. Like Keyshawn Nixon was
how
not
good the other guys are going to be able to do that.
Well, I mean, how bad can a turd be when you shine it up? It's still a turd. And that's what Keyshawn Nixon and
okay, think about this. Think about this. The Packers secondary needs improvement for 15 freaking years, and then we get Micah Parsons, and all of a sudden they're a little bit better because Micah Parsons is going crazy. So you think all of a sudden that that's not going to be the case anymore? That needs improvement now all of a sudden?
It will always need improvement. But it cannot be a guy that was never a corner in the NFL and Keyshawn.
How
Nixon.
many interceptions did we have last year? Like 1?
We had 2, one from Evan Williams and one from Keyshawn Nixon, in about 7 drops. And all 6 of those drops came
I'm
from
telling
the
you right
Giants game.
now, Evan Williams and Xavier McKinley were out of position and making mistakes constantly last year also.
Sure.
Our secondary, everybody in the secondary was making mistakes.
Well, here's the thing. McKinney can make mistakes, and teams will still not throw at him.
Oh, Derek's here.
I'm sorry,
Welcome
my
back.
internet went out, guys. I'm sorry. It's damn Cox Communications. They can suck my communications.
You're going to have to pay the team fine, Derek. You got to pay the team fine.
But I'm back. I got my internet back up. I just had to restart my router. So, okay, here we go. Back to the tier list. So we're putting DBs in average, right? And
I was arguing for needs improvement, but that's fine.
Oh, fair.
There's a solid argument for it. Like I think Dave might be.
I watched them play last year, man. I saw them in games with my own eyes. I saw Xavier McKinney and Evan Williams making mistakes. Like the defensive secondary last year looked out of sorts when Micah wasn't in there, causing tons of pressure.
I think St. Juste, and if we are going to play a cover 2, I think St. Juste is perfect for that. I think C-State is perfect for that. And I think we do start out kind of shitty, but we actually get to be average by the end of the year because, as you said, Eddie, once Keyshawn's off the field and Valentine's off the field, it can only
that's
be
what
good.
That's what I'm waiting for,
Yeah.
Dan. That's
Yeah.
we'll be good when they get off the field.
By the end of the season, the secondary could end up in good, but right now there needs improvement.
That's why I'm okay with putting him in. It needs improvement.
We can do that. Yeah. All right, I'm fair with that.
Zero issue with that.
Dude, how many? We had 2 interceptions the entire year last year.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of unknowns. You're right. All right, Dave, let's talk about your defensive backs. How do you think the Bears defensive backs sort out in all this?
Jalen Johnson from 2 years ago was elite. He was hurt a lot. He got his big contract.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be good too. Yes. So with him, he's a big question mark. Tyreek Stevenson, when we drafted him, he has physical gifts. He's shown he doesn't have anything up here.
Yeah.
He's a flipping moron. He still is. Kyler Gordon, same as Jalen Johnson, where he's good when he's on the field, but he got hurt.
Yeah.
So that's what. And now we have 2 brand new safeties. I don't think that we can call ourselves good. Oh, we definitely can't. I do like though that we drafted Malik. Was it
Muhammad?
Muhammad from Texas. Yeah.
Malik Muhammad.
Yeah.
And so right away in OTAs, we had him playing in the slot.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, we're going to move you everywhere. We're going to get you trained at every position. So he's going to see the field quite a bit early on in the season.
Yeah, with the injuries. Go ahead, Dave.
Well, and so it's not even in the injuries. It's just to see where you're strong because hopefully he's able to take over for Tyreek Stevenson by the halfway point of the season. So if everyone's healthy, I think we're good. Yeah. But with relying on a rookie safety, there's no way we can honestly say we're above average right now.
Yeah, I think you guys are average to good. I think
our ceiling is definitely
I think your defensive
the ceiling's amazing, but where we actually are is average.
I think your defensive back group is definitely better than your linebacker group, but I would say that the defensive backs healthy. Everyone healthy, good, but historically, right, it's kind of hard to rely on that. So average to good is fair.
And part of that might be the lack of a pass rush too.
I think that's a big part of it, if I'm being honest. Yeah. So, like, your cornerbacks are good. Like,
but I think they were healthy when we played Detroit last year, and we got lit up. So
so it's like I want to put them here, but I kind of agree with you. It's like I need to see it actually happen.
Yeah, right? They need to get it going because Jalen Johnson, since his bad hamstring injury, hasn't been the same. Yep. Kyler Gordon can't stay healthy. He is your Christian Watson in the cornerback position that just cannot stay healthy. When he plays, he's good. Tyreek Stevenson is historically bad when it comes. Yeah. And then Malik Muhammad, I love him, but he's a rookie. Same thing with Thiemann. You don't know what you get. And then Kobe Bryant.
We can't just say, oh, this guy's going to be good. We don't know.
Oh, yeah. And if Jalen Johnson, if he's hurt again this season for half the season, we can cut him after the season and save $16 million next year.
Yeah. That's where it just becomes. But it's Dennis Allen. I like Dennis Allen. He makes his blitzing makes up for bad play at other positions, and that just if he leans into that, the way he leaned into that wild card game of blitzing, and he does that on like a year span, that shit's terrifying.
Oh yeah.
And it's good. It's with this defensive back group that's very aggressive, taught by Al Harris to go get the ball. That's what you want, right? So, like, I think you guys by the end of the year will pretty much determine that you're pretty good, average, but I'm okay with them being average. All right, Doug, the next question for you is the special teams of the Packers, and there's only one correct answer here, just so you know.
A problem?
Yeah. And it's been that way since Desmond Howard left the team in the 90s. Like,
Thank
this-
you
Not
for waiting
anymore.
all day just
Not
so I could
anymore.
say that.
I don't know, dude. Look, we have a good puncher in Wheeland. I'm sure Smack will be fine. We were still terrible in the return game. We always have turnovers. We've been better on special teams, but I cannot in any world that I've ever lived in say that they are anything but a problem until proven otherwise, dude. I'm sorry. They're a problem.
Buckle your seatbelts because I got a couple names for you.
All right,
Starts
give me
with
some names.
Sty Moore, one of the
True.
best punt returners
True.
in the game. He is going to be Desmond Howard reincarnated, leading us to a Super Bowl.
Get
That's
outta
why
here.
he's going to be league best. Trace Mack's hitting 60-yard bombs.
Mhm.
Soder's wearing a Trace Mack jersey from week 6 going forward. And hey, Wheeland's knocking bombs. This
Yeah.
special teams is going to be the least of our problems. They're going to be the league's best.
I think during the regular season, we need to have like a fund or something, like a GoFundMe to buy Soder a Trace Mack jersey. Like if, like for every 60-yard field goal, we all throw in like $5 or something until we get him a Trace Mack jersey.
I am his unappointed lawyer for this whole Trace Mack thing, and he really undersold himself for Trace Mack. So I am really trying to say league's best so that he earns it. He needs to earn this
All right.
Trace Mack love.
I will begrudgingly put them to needs improvement, and they are not allowed to go any higher than
Well,
that.
how does
you
need
guys have been
improvement-
watching the Packers for the last 25 years, right? Like, you know how this works. We are good at one thing, like Mason Crosby is a good field goal kicker, but we couldn't return or cover punts or whatever, can't get onside kicks. Like last year, Wheeland was one of the best punters in the league, but McManus was one of the worst kickers. We had the worst kick return average in the league. Like,
We
We
do have
fixed
the
it.
best
That's
punter in the
what-
league.
we
took
fumbled an
need
onside
improvement.
kick against the Bears. Like, our special teams are a problem, guys. They just are a problem.
We were need improvement, and we improved.
All right, we're sticking in needs improvement. I'm controlling this board, and you do not.
Is
get to
this
go
is
there.
this just like make a wish or something where we can just make a wish that the,
Yeah.
the
They
special
really
teams are
belong
good?
here. I'm sorry, NFL fans.
I'm
but, like,
1,000% being the
Just
antagonist.
because I like Eddie, I'm putting him there. But like,
There we
we
go.
all know, we
I
all
will
know
say
they
that-
belong here.
No,
We all know
put them
it.
in a problem because they are. Put their
Okay.
ass in a
I
problem.
like the new special teams coach, so I'm moving on a hope and a prayer that they can move up to needs improvement.
They are
Yeah,
a problem.
if they move up to needs improvement, I'll be ecstatic. All right, Dave, how about your special teams? How about the Bears special teams? How do you feel about them?
Now that Cairo Santo can kick the ball over 4 yard or 3 yards above, so your D line can't block it. He's good enough. Our punting's good enough. Our special teams wins us one or two games every year.
I think they do too. I think good is fair for your special teams, right? I think
You don't
that's-
have the returner anymore though. You don't have that.
No, they drafted him in the third round. Don't
We
you
drafted
remember?
a returner in the third round. He's going to be electric.
Maybe okay, but that
We
you
drafted
lose
we
a
drafted
proven
a
guy.
punter in the fourth round 2 years ago.
Yeah, if your
draft a-
special teams wins you 2 games a year, you're allowed to put it in good because special teams wins or loses you about 2 or 3 games a year. They lose us about 2 or 3 games a year. The Bears win about 2 or 3 games a year. So good is more than fair. I think
Ron
that's more than
Zook.
fair.
He just brings up Ron Zook right now.
Ron Zook. All right, enough. Moving on. Okay, offensive line. My turn. I think that our offensive line cannot possibly be as bad as they were last year, but I don't think average is right. I think needs improvement is still there because I need to see improvement from Jordan Morgan. I need to see improvement from Belton. I need to see improvement from Aaron Brooks. I need to see improvement from pretty much everybody on the line except for Zach Tom. Let's just be honest. Zach Tom's the only person I'm not worried about. I know he's good. As long as he's healthy, he's fine. Everyone else needs to improve. I don't think there's any question about it that the Packers O-line is in needs improvement. I don't think it's a problem, but Doug, it was a problem last year. Do you think that's fair?
Yeah, I think it's addition by subtraction. We got rid of Elton Jenkins, and at the end of the season, like they played a little bit better. Obviously, like you're moving guys around. You can't expect Sean Ryan to step in and be an amazing center. But the thing that the Jaeger Burton is the real reason that I think we can move up to needs improvement from a problem because he's actually has like skills, intelligence, agility. He can move around and do stuff like a real actual offensive lineman. You know what I mean? So I think they'll like have at least that improvement there because then that center guard situation, people were just rushing right up the middle at Jordan Love all season last year.
Well, when Sean Ryan got in over at center, again, he didn't do great, but we actually improved overall, I feel like, as an offensive
He graded
line.
out better than Elton Jenkins did.
Yeah,
so at least
surprisingly, right? I know.
I mean,
That's bad, dude.
Dave could have played better than Elton Jenkins, probably.
We all know that. All right. So are we good with needs improvement? We all kind of agree with that?
Yeah, because
All
the beauty
right.
of it is a fluidity of it. They can go from needs improvement now to when they make tough decisions and Jaeger Burton's a starter, and then they become better.
We could be average at some point. I mean,
Kind of pass blocked. I like that comment.
Yeah. I definitely think that our offensive line is going in the right direction, but needs improvements the proper place. Dave, you had one of the best offensive lines in the league last year, but your L tackles hurt and you lost the second best center in the league. Do you still think they're good or one of the league's best for offensive line? Where do you feel like the Bears?
Oh, we're good. We're good.
Okay. You don't feel like
we're not league best.
Again?
I believe that we can get to best by the end of the season.
I really
love the Logan Jones pick at center.
Yeah.
And so, you can't say that we have a rookie and a question mark at left and say that we're league's best. So I think we're good, but by end of the season, I definitely could see us moving up.
Yep, I think that's very fair. I think losing your center, if you still had your center, but you were working with a rookie left tackle, I'd still be comfortable in league.
Oh yeah, if we'd still had the second best center in the league, we'd still be.
I think that's the big thing for me. Yeah. So okay, all right, Eddie. Packers wide receiver group famously paying Christian Watson this week, which we all love.
Goddamn right.
So
best
where
in
we
the whole
at?
world.
Are we good? Are
$27 million for almost 700 yards.
Hey, man,
yeah, but he's like paid 15th in the league compared.
Now this doesn't include Tucker Kraft. There's a whole tight end category.
Yeah,
okay,
they're
so
good.
This is just the wide receivers. I think good is fair.
They're arguably leagues. They could arguably be leagues best if they all play on
as
the same
a core
time.
of 4 to 5 receivers.
Yeah,
I am hard pressed to find more than 2 or 3 groups that I think are better than ours. Which obviously Rams would go in league's best. Cincinnati would go in league's best. But there, I wouldn't even say other than outside in Seattle, outside
Rams
of JSN,
are only 2 deep.
Yeah, I suppose that's true, but they're two.
Yeah, but really good too.
So
I'm kind of on the same stem as Dave was with the Bears offensive line, where it's like they're good. They maybe have a hole or two or some more. I need to see it to believe it, but they're really on that precipice of league best if they all play at the same level.
Mm-hmm.
If they all play to the potential,
if
Christian Watson plays the full year, everybody does what they're supposed to do.
Overall, they suck at run blocking, so that makes it really hard for them to be much more than good at all at any point in the season. I mean, now if Savion Williams starts playing well and he plays a lot and he can run block, that's a whole different story. But we don't know. We don't know at all.
I think Savion's going to get a sneaky amount of
he has no choice.
He has no choice. Well, yeah, and I think again we traded Wicks and chose not to sign Dobbs for the money he wants. There's a reason we did that, right? And I think we paid Christian Watson for a reason, and I think Savion and Golden. They are going
that
to
contract that Christian Watson got nowhere near $110 million.
So it's all about guarantees. But hey, guys, we did an episode with Eli. If you're curious about how we feel about Christian Watson, go ahead and check out that.
Eli is an expert really appreciate it. At Christian Watson contracts.
Okay, Davo. Well, actually, it's Doug's turn. Doug, you get to rank the Bears wide receivers. Let's see how you feel about it.
Oh man. Shoot. With the foot injury, I think they might be going into needs improvement here, possibly.
You don't think average even? I mean, I would say average. And to be fair, Dave, that's not me hating on them. I still need to see a little bit more. But I feel like they're average.
Okay, let's pretend the foot injury doesn't exist. They can definitely be average. They have they're young receivers, no promise.
Yeah, because Adunze's shown that he's good, but he hasn't necessarily had a huge.
He's got to put it all together.
Luther Burden had a half.
The reason they're an average is because of Luther Burden. He's pulling them up there.
Dave, what's your depth like beyond those 2 young guys, though? How do you feel about your 3 and 4 and potentially 5 at your wide receiver position?
The depth is crap. Khalif Raymond and Xavier Thomas. Xavier Thomas was drafted in the 3rd round to replace Khalif Raymond in 2 years, honestly.
Yeah.
Where he's, they're both like 5'10" abouts. Khalif is 5'8", Xavier's 5'10". They're both like quick little speedy guys. So we don't have a number 3 or number 4 wide receiver, but I think we counter that with having 3 solid tight ends. So that's why I'd say that we're average. Rome did great. He had 5 catches for 75 yards and 1 of the quarter touchdowns in the first month of the season on average. He went off before he had that foot injury. Unfortunately, he said, his foot, the way that everything healed, it healed in a different way. Stuff kind of got moved around. So his new normal, his life is a new normal. He can't be what he was, but he thinks it's not going to prevent him from still being successful. Foot injuries for 6'4", 220-pound wide receivers is kind of scary for me.
It's a little scary. I'll admit.
That's why I think they need to be improvement, because they don't have depth the same way the Packers have
fair.
depth.
That is with the foot injury, I'm fine with putting it.
If their depth is that bad, because I wasn't as familiar with it, if their depth is that bad, that's kind of a problem. If one of those two guys gets injured, then it's an immediate issue. That means they need improvement. So
because we have. I think Jade Walker was an undrafted wide receiver last year.
Yep.
And so he's our 5. So it's pretty cool.
Now, obviously, that could go way up, right? If Zacchaeus is actually good, we all think Rome's going to get better. We all think Luther's going to get better. But as a core, definitely needs improvement. I think that's fair. All right. On to me. Tight ends, league's best. Tucker Kraft's the man. No question about it. He's a top 3 tight end. I mean, Luke,
there is none.
Luke 1 foot Musgrave can still get open, Dave. He can still get open. And honestly, I'm fine with Sims and Fitzgerald. Is it not Fitzgerald? What's the
Wiley or something?
Wiley. Yeah, we don't have Fitz anymore, but I'm fine with our depth, honestly. Yes, Tucker Kraft going down is a problem, but obviously tight end position. How many teams keep 2 good tight ends? Oh, wait, the Bears. But I still think overall we are one of the league's best tight end rooms. I think top 5 guaranteed.
Yeah, if league best is like top 5 in the league, I think the Packers.
Dave, name me a tight end room outside of your dumbass Bears that's actually better than the Packers. Give me one.
Well, this is that you guys are just so top heavy, though. That's just it. I definitely
49ers. So are the Cardinals. Right, like those are the 2 best tight ends in the NFL, prospectively.
The Niners backup tight end actually wound up doing pretty well last year.
He did. All 5 catches were great. You're right. All 5. You're right. And honestly, and dude, the thing about it is that all these guys get hurt a lot. Outside of McBride, who's like an Iron Man somehow, he's amazing, right? But other than you, I know you're used to having 7 tight ends and you think that's normal. It's not normal, Dave. It's not normal. So most teams are top heavy at tight end. That's just normal, but it's a top 5 tight end room, and that's league.
Well, I still actually like Dallas's tight end room because Schoonmaker.
Oh, that's true.
They don't use him for receptions, but he is a really effective run blocker.
Anyone who hates on Barry Alvarez Jr. can. I will fight you because I love that man.
And the Rams don't have there's no superstar tight end for the Rams, but all their tight ends play well. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, as a tight end room, look, Dave, I'll just do this because I know you're going to do it. I'm fine with that. Your tight end room is one of the league's best. It is. I know it is. Okay. I know it is. But so is ours, just to be honest, because Tucker Kraft is better than both of your guys. And because we're not as bad as you think, and I make fun of Luke Musgrave all the time. I know I do, but we're not that bad as far as depth goes. It's just a huge drop off because Kraft is one of the 3 best tight ends in the NFL. You're going to have a drop off when he gets hurt. It's what's
I mean, when Tucker Kraft got hurt, he led the league in yards.
Yeah.
Receivers.
And we all know it. So Dave's just giving me shit. He knows I'm right,
but they get league best because of their depth. And you add Sam Rouse,
and the Bears get league's best because of their depth. They got 3 starting tight ends, which again, Dave, is not normal.
I wonder what offense the Bears are going to run this year.
Yeah, no kidding. But no, the Bears might even be the best tight end room in the NFL overall, 1 through 3.
Which is
so
fair
I'll
for
put
depth.
them
Yeah,
first
that's fair.
for you,
No,
Dave. Does that make you feel better?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
All right. I skipped you because I knew what you were going to say about the Bears tight ends. So I think, but I agree,
fair.
Right? We're
fair.
Good with that. Yeah. All right, Eddie. Quarterback room. Packers. Where are we at?
How far does league best go?
Top 5-ish.
Quarter. And put Jordan Love there.
Yeah, I will argue that he is going to be top 5 this year. I will argue that as well.
If we're basing it off of future production, he's there.
Yeah, we're saying this year, this team, this 2020.
You guys are going to have to rely on the passing game because
no problem.
Yep.
No,
I hope so.
The running game is going to be some question.
Yep.
Go
I don't know what you're talking about.
He's going to let it rip.
Yeah.
Go watch the Pittsburgh game. That's not a problem. He went 21 for 22 straight. Not a problem.
Yeah.
He's the
There's-
least of our fucking problems.
There's going to be some games where it's
this
going
is
to
why-
be. Go ahead, Dave. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is why the rest of the world doesn't really know about how good Jordan Love is, because they only see the stats. They don't get to watch all the plays that he makes.
Right.
Like if you watch a Packer game, you can see his coach has been his governor his entire career. If you let him rip, he can actually tear you up. So
Yep. And I was going to say, there's going to be a game or two where it's careful what you wish for, because we do throw the ball 40 times and we lose, right? And we're going to be like, oh, we should have ran the ball in 3rd and 2 more. But you know what? Over the course of the season, we're going to win way more football games putting our trust in Jordan Love than any other player on this team. So put your trust in Jordan Love. He's a great quarterback. I agree. He belongs there. Now, Hype, you get to place where Caleb Williams is. Where's Caleb Williams, Doug? Is he good now? Is he good now? Is he legitimately good now? I mean, he did finish like 18th in efficiency, and he didn't hit 4,000 yards, but he had 8 come from behind victories, and he had some of the best throws we've seen, and he's very athletic, and he's just disgustingly
the thing
hard
about
to
it is that
tackle.
you can put him in good because of his running. He can in the 3rd and 4th quarter get like 80 yards and take off and do that thing. If he does that, even though he plays like bad in the first half or doesn't have good completion percentage, he's elite at running with the ball, and then throwing in those things, you can put him into good.
Yeah, good is perfectly fine because of his ability to win when it matters and run. And, he's got a lot of work on. Dave, you know it. We know it. We talk about it all the time. He's got a lot to work on, but there's a lot of good there. I think good is more than fair for Caleb Williams.
Good is the floor. Good's the floor for Caleb Williams.
Right now,
Yep.
good is the floor. He should be one of the league's best. He just needs to get there, right? He needs to get there. So, I think that's more than fair. Okay. I get to work on the Packers running backs, and this is almost impossible.
Oh, wow.
I mean, can we just say it's a problem because we don't know what's even going to happen? Like, that's a problem. Like, we don't even know. We don't even know if we're going to have Jacobs. We don't know if Marshawn Lloyd can carry the ball more than 6 times.
We got Chris Brooks. Chris Brooks.
Hey, we know that Chris Brooks can pass block, and if we're going to throw a lot, Chris Brooks is going to be on the field all the time. And I'm
Damian
okay with that,
Martinez.
honestly. So,
We got Damian Martinez.
yeah, my boy Damian. I love that big boy. I know. It's a problem. It's whatever you want to say. It's a problem. We don't know what
Right
it's
now
gonna
it
look
is, at
like.
least.
It's a problem. It just is, and we just have to accept that. So, yep. All right, Dave. Bears running backs. How do you feel?
average.
You lost Montgomery. Yeah, I think that's fair.
Oh, we lost Montgomery 5 years
I'm sorry,
ago.
not Montgomery. But like you've got Monungai, who's a bit of your Montgomery. You've got DeAndre Swift. Again, you guys were a top 2 running team in the league, but I feel like
that was the offensive line.
Thank you. And scheme, right? Because you do have a very good, and you had the league's best offensive line, one of the league's best, and you have Ben Johnson. So I feel like scheming,
next year we're going to get out the new running back to pair with Monungai in the draft.
Yeah, no, I agree. If you guys get like your Jahmyr Gibbs or whatever it might be, because no offense to DeAndre Swift, he's a good running back, but good to average.
If he knows where the hole is going to be and it's there, he's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
He can't read word shit.
Yeah, there's just nothing special about Swift or Monungai that like.
I actually think Monungai's better than Swift.
Monungai can move some piles.
Monungai's like me in drywall. I'll just run through it. That's kind of how Monungai is.
I don't mind that at all. I like Monungai, honestly. Like I did coming out of Indiana, I actually thought he was going to be pretty decent. Or Indiana. So I thought he was going to be pretty decent.
He's so strict
to
where like the gap
Rutgers,
is. He's like, I'm running through the one hole. I'm going to the one hole. I'm not going anywhere else.
Yeah, no, I love that. I love guys that run that way. That's what Chris Brooks needs to do for us, or Damian Martinez, or one of those guys. Because honestly, all I need from our running backs this year is to not get injured.
I don't care about them.
Get me a few 3rd and 1s and a few third. Like the thing I will say about Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs has been injured. He's had a great year. He had an off year last year, but in short yardage situations, Josh Jacobs is an excellent running back. And that was very beneficial to us to have that. And if he's gone, we need somebody to figure that out. So hopefully,
Derek, why run when you can win?
True. No, I'm just saying we're going to run the ball on 3rd and 1 at some point, right? It'd be nice to get
Jordan Love. Fuck it. Do it with Jordan.
Yeah. If it's not, and Greg will attest to this, if it's not a freaking inside trap, never mind. Nobody could do that because Josh Jacobs will get tackled 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So, all right, we good with this, guys? So we've got.
I like it.
we've got, I think this is pretty fair. The Packers got 2 problems. The Bears ended up with none, but to be fair, I think that's good. Both got 2 in needs improvement, 2 in average. Bears got 3 in good to our 2, and we got 2 in league's best to their 1. I think that's about right. I think that was a pretty fair.
Yeah, it's fair. So he had to leave.
I lose myself. That's right, because I left.
Here he is.
So yeah, I think that's a pretty fair tier list for everybody. I like how it turned out. So
to use Matt LaFleur's own words, it's a fluid situation.
It is a little fluid.
Yeah, that running back room, man. I mean, that's really scary.
Who cares?
That's really scary.
Who cares?
Yeah, but again, it could be the best thing that happens to Jordan.
We had Aaron Ripkowski running the ball. We had Aaron Ripkowski as a running back at one point. Who cares?
That's true.
We won the Super Bowl in 2010 with having nobody at running back.
Yeah, that's
James
true.
Starks decided I'm going to play running back in the playoffs.
He only played in like 2 games the whole season, like in the playoffs and the Super Bowl, and that was it.
We're not used
Jordan
to
Love's
running
gonna
backs.
rip
We're not
off
used
for
to
4,800 yards this year.
No, I could see Jordan Love throwing
4,800
45 to 4,800. Yeah, absolutely. I think he needs to.
You have a Ferrari in your garage and a motor scooter in the driveway. Which one are you driving?
Yep.
I'm driving the Ferrari,
man. All right, great show, guys. Thanks everybody for joining us live. Thanks for all the comments. Again, why run on 3 and run from the gun? Exactly, dude. We know. We've seen it. We know. Like that inside trap. Don't ever do it again, please, LaFleur. But that being said, really good show. Everybody, again, go watch Eddie's show, the Beers and Ball show. Like and subscribe. Doug will throw in the comment for the Grossi Foundation so that you guys can donate to St. Jude's if you'd like. Thanks everybody for showing up tonight on this Sunday. And man, I just can't wait for football to start. I'm getting excited. It's happening, right?
We need it.
Excited.
Less than 100 days.
Yeah,
Put it in
dude,
there. Put it in there.
I know. It's like summer heat's out. I'm swimming in the pool and I'm like, God, I wish it was fall. Do you know what I mean? Even though it's beautiful, and I'm just like, I want to watch.
Wait, you're swimming in a pool?
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I'm old man, so I have to have my knee replaced. The doc's like, when do you want to have it scheduled? I said the Monday after Labor Day. They're like, why? I said, that's the Monday after opening weekend of football. If I'm to be stuck at home for 2 weeks, I'm gonna watch all the games for 2 weeks.
Man.
There you go, man. That's a good man.
Nice.
Yeah, see, that's why Dave's here.
Yeah. This is why we do things, guys. We get knee surgeries just to watch football. No, we don't. So, all right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night. Thanks for showing.